in creation, sizing, and more. BandwagonSports.com. Next round, jump on the bandwagon, BandwagonSports.com.
Okay, everybody's waiting on officialness for, first of all, basketball. Official on Aiden Holloway, if he's Alabama or not today. I don't know if there's a timeline for that. But the kid from Rutgers, Armour Rory, is that close?
It's close enough for now.
Yeah, give it a shot again.
Unless he picks Alabama.
Omar Rory.
Sure.
It's down to Georgetown or Alabama, one of the top 10 players in the portal, according to Tipton. Clifford is a big center, big man, 6'11".
Well, I got to tell you what,
rim.
that just seems like the easiest decision in the world to me. Now, I don't know all of his ins and outs. I know he's in Piscataway, so moving to D.C. would be a little bit easier. But, boy, how far off is Georgetown basketball right now? And Ed Cooley's a good coach, but
yeah, I don't know when that turns around.
I don't either, Lance. They are so far off right now. And this is the way you get back, though. I mean, you go sign a big guy, big rim protector, and a bunch of other stuff. But, I mean, you, if I'm picking between a Final Four team that only needed what? What did that Final Four team need more than anything?
If it had a rim protector,
right,
it would have been a different game.
Okay, I'm choosing that or Georgetown. This is an easy choice for me. And take Alabama off the jersey. Like, I mean, if it's any of the Final Four teams, if it's NC State, that over Georgetown.
How about this? Are you talking about the SEC getting stronger? Mark Mitchell, who was forward for Duke this past year, averaged 11 and 6 at 6'7", 11.6 rebounds a game. Hit the portal out of Duke because they got another boatload of players coming in. He's going to Missouri today. To Missouri, another team that has really disappointed in the SEC, but upgraded talent right there for them. Football notes. One of them involves Oregon State, Washington State. They're close to a TV deal announcement coming up. What could they possibly be announcing here? For Oregon State, Washington State, their TV deal for this upcoming year.
I really don't know.
FS1.
Nothing that interests me.
Yeah. CW.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's a 2-team TV deal, but they said the announcement is coming up. The other thing is Utah turned its biggest profit in program history this past year. Another big profit year for Utah, and they're leaving the Pac-12. They're on their way to the Big 12, and look what happened yesterday out there at Utah. They took the Pac-12 logo off the field and put the Big 12 logo on the field, on the turf there. Removed, cut out the new one, put the new one in, and sewed it up, boys. It's a new time.
Just sad Pac-12's gone.
I mean, like, if you're just part of that crew, do you maybe put the Pac-12 one in your backyard or something just for a, like a talking point when somebody comes over and visits?
Well, they've got some Pac-12 hardware.
Oh, they do, yeah.
Don't they?
Yeah. I mean, they won the championship just 2 years ago.
I mean, I think I'd want the little Pac-12 thing in my backyard there. Like, you guys remember Pac-12, don't you? I've got the logo from the field in my backyard.
I'd take it over to the practice field. Play anybody, anywhere. All right, one more hour to go. We'll continue to roll on. I got a whole list of big topics to get to before we get out of here today. That's on this side of my sheet, and we'll get to that next. The show being brought to you this hour by our friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Just rung the lunch bell down there, Sterling has. If you're looking for a destination lunch location, if you got friends in town this weekend and just want to show them some good Southern cooking, you take them to 119 in Alabaster, champyschicken.com. Mississippi Delta recipe tamales, so good. The deep-fried Southern chicken, brined overnight. That means it adds all the flavor down to the bone, and it's cooked to order. It comes out piping hot. Hand-cut chicken fingers that Rockstar and Taylor love. Rockstar without the ranch, Taylor with a lot of ranch. You get that at Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster.
Follow Scott Forrester on Twitter at ScottForresterTV.
The World Wide Web is a large place. Find all your favorite people and content in the same spot. NextRoundLive.com is full of wonderful tidbits about the show you know and love. Find our gear, listen to your favorite personalities, follow our socials, and enjoy your trip to NextRoundLive.com.
Everything Next Round is on demand now in the podcast section at NextRoundLive.com. Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, and Rockstar. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, The Next Round, presented by Bud Light. is on now.
Live show now on a Monday after a wild weekend in Talladega. A crazy finish. We'll get to that later on. We'll get to Alabama replacing the best kicker in program history with the guy who won the award for the best kicker in the country. That's coming up a little bit later on. But, man, this basketball thing keeps churning around here. A rare Auburn to Alabama in rivalry transfer happened over the weekend. We discussed it at the end of last week. We'll start there and work our way through a big, busy slate of stories here. Most of it helped out by the portal. NFL draft coming up. Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, Rockstar. Forrester, Tyler Lunsford, Taylor Corn, and EG out in the social media area at Next Round Live. Everywhere, thumbs up, and make sure you're subscribed to everything. That includes The Meltdown and Uncorked on all of our platforms there, and War Damn Pods and Roll Tide Pods. Make sure you're subscribing there. Aiden Holloway leaves Auburn, goes to Alabama. I can't remember many transfers of note making that jump. It's a new era. How big is this, and how excited should Alabama fans be? And I guess Auburn fans are not going to be that upset with the fact that they really didn't get to see the best of Aiden Holloway last year.
No, the time they become upset is when Aiden Holloway plays to his potential. And I said last week, I don't think his stock could ever be as low as it is. I think in the transfer rankings, I think he was 64th. And this was a 5-star McDonald's All-American coming to the Plains last year.
Well, I had him at 28 on 24/7 Sports, but different rankings, different places.
Yeah, I think I just saw it at 60. It was either 54th or 64th. Anyway, didn't have the season they thought he would have. He averaged over 20 minutes per game. He came out, played well against Indiana and Baylor once they got into conference play. Just couldn't hit shots. And you just wonder with how different the offense will be with Nate Oates and a bunch of shooters around you, that really opens things up for Aiden Holloway.
Yeah, I mean, he was a 30% free three-point shooter. So, he's not going to play a ton at Alabama shooting 30% unless he's just off the charts defensively. So, I mean, I'm with Lance. I don't think it really hurts you. I mean, the Auburn fans now are saying, hey, look, addition by subtraction. That's what you say when you lose a player. I get that. I mean,
he was in the portal. He was leaving.
Yeah. Addition by subtraction. And look, I mean, that's what I would expect from the fan base that is losing him. And the Alabama fans are taking a victory lap because they took, in their mind, a player Auburn wanted. That's what I would expect from their fan base, right? So the truth will show when we tip this thing off in November, what kind of role does Aiden Holloway play for this team? At the guard spot, I don't see him getting playing time in front of Mark Sears and Latrell Wrightsell.
Yeah,
if Sears comes back,
we got to see what happens with Mark Sears down the road here, right? Because if Sears comes back, Wrightsell's good at both ends of the floor. That roster has the number 7 recruiting class coming in. They brought in 2 perimeter players from Pepperdine in South Florida already. And that was my point when I joined Little T on Uncorked, as she does, reacts instantly to an Auburn story. We were in the infield at Talladega, and we went live. And the first thing I said was, he better have his act together on the court and off the court, because on that roster in Tuscaloosa, playing time is not guaranteed.
No, nor was it at Auburn, right?
And nor it was not. And, there were games where Trey Donaldson got more minutes and other people got more minutes. He has to get his act together, or he could miss a couple of games here or there, because Nate Oates doesn't have a problem sitting people when if you're not bought in on team atmosphere. Well, Nick Pringle took a flight to the NCAA tournament with Taylor Corn.
But again, I think you're buying low here, and I think the upside is a lot. And if you get what you saw, the potential in high school, Aiden Holloway, I mean, this could be a massive get for Alabama. We'll see. I think it's kind of, we're going to take a flyer on him. We've seen his potential. I would assume Nate recruited this kid out of high school. I would assume
I think just about anybody wanted him, right?
He was a McDonald's All-American. I think he was a top 3 recruit. And that this is NFL draft week, right? So how many times do you see people who get drafted in the first round? And I tried to make the analogy with relationships in the Uncorked version here.
Oh, can I hear that?
And I'll try it for you.
Yeah, okay.
LT helps me with this here because I think he understands this.
Okay, interesting.
There is that guy that every girl thinks that they can fix his problem, right? Okay. They see him.
The troubled, the bad boy, right?
They see him in a relationship, and they're like, he won't cheat on me, or he won't be that guy with me. I can fix him. And I think when you've got potential, like Aiden Holloway or a big first-round draft pick, those guys get chances because those people always go back to what he was at one point potential-wise and say, oh, I can unlock him. I can fix him. I can erase all of his problems on and off the court, and I can make him whole. I can make him the McDonald's All-American player again. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair. You wonder, though, how much is self-inflicted. Look, Aiden lost his confidence, obviously, during the season at some point. But when you look at his last 8 games, 3 games he didn't score, and the other 5 games all under double figures. And you wonder when I don't know, was he a guy that was pouting and, wasn't really getting the minutes he wanted and felt like he wasn't contributing to the level he should be? Well, he just seemed to disappear at times.
You just go to his exit conversation. Was it on Twitter or Instagram where he was what was the quote? I was promised a dream, and I don't have it right in front of me. I can go pull it up later on. But he talked about he was promised one thing and didn't feel like he got that when he got to Auburn as the season went on.
I would think that Auburn expected to have a McDonald's All-American that was going to come out and score 20 points a game. That works both ways, right? The guy got plenty of minutes.
Yeah.
Like, I saw him take plenty of shots, and if he's making his shots, then that dream becomes a reality, right?
If you make shots, you don't come off the court.
Yeah. Kid didn't make shots.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens. And I don't think this is the last we'll ever see of this.
Troy says in conference he shot 19% behind the arc. That is awful.
That's not going to get him playing time in Tuscaloosa for sure.
In conference, he shot 31% from the field.
From the field, yes. Yeah.
He
wasn't getting playing time in Auburn for that. He's not going to get playing time in Tuscaloosa for that. That's right. That has to change for him.
That's right. Because if you look at the scholarship players right now at Alabama, if they all come back, Grant Nelson, who still isn't, officially out of the NBA conversation, Mark obviously has declared for the NBA, leaving open the door to come back. So there's still maybe some room on the roster that you're replacing a couple of guys. But right now, if everybody comes back that could come back, it's a crowded roster in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, but I think it's a good investment for Nate and Alabama, because I would assume that Aiden, where his stock is, maybe $100,000, maybe not even $100,000. And this kid could come out and be tremendous for you.
Okay, hold that NIL thought. Okay? Well, let's just go ahead and get to it here. So you brought that up, because let's do the Seth Davis thing here.
Okay.
Because we all know.
I haven't seen this.
We all know that Nate Oates, when Kentucky was kicking the tires, didn't want any more money for himself. One thing he wanted was what?
NIL money and some for his assistants.
A little bit more NIL money.
And practice facility.
Yeah. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. Kentucky was a big job.
But NIL money was one thing, right? We all heard that, right? Yeah. Hashtag Yeah Alabama. Greg Burns says, hey, keep our coach. Got to keep NIL. Everybody done it.
That was Greg's first tweet about it.
Seth Davis throws this tweet out. Huge loss. This is Seth Davis, CBS, if you don't know who he is. Huge loss for Auburn, compounded by his decision to play for Bama. He is well positioned for a classic sophomore breakout season. I don't know the details, always a cautionary phrase. I don't know the details, but can safely assume Bama had a lot more NIL money to offer.
Well, let's diagram the sentence the way we used to do in school, right?
Well, I pointed out the pop that popped for me, Brown. I don't know the details.
Yeah.
Well, yes. that's one. I don't know that you could qualify this as a huge loss for Auburn. I think that's a bit of an overstatement.
I think you can't right now.
Yeah, that's it. Auburn is in excellent shape.
Based on expectations, I would give Holloway a D for first season.
I'm just looking at
fair?
I'm just looking at what Auburn's starting 5 will be next year. And by the way, Aiden Holloway was not going to be in that starting 5 had he stayed at Auburn. Now maybe he could have played his way in there, but I don't think in Bruce Pearl's mind Aiden Holloway was in the starting 5 for Auburn.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I personally don't think so. But, Bruce Pearl gets paid a lot more to coach Auburn than I do. So,
I just know right now the guards that won the SEC championship, Aiden Holloway's at Alabama, Trey Donaldson's at Michigan, and Katie Johnson's at George Mason.
So what you hope for is if you're an Auburn fan, that for whatever reason the kid was a bad apple and he ruins Alabama's bunch, right? I mean, that's what you're hoping for if you're an Auburn fan. If the kid's a bad apple, he's a bad apple there too, and it's going to ruin the bunch. And again, it is addition by subtraction.
I would think Nate got in front of that.
Well, you would hope. Well, you would hope.
That was
but
my
again,
whole.
It is
that was
risk-free.
That was my relationship comparison there because we've all heard, from Auburn folks that some issues off the court, dealing with some personal things all year long. Some of it became attitude and confidence and all of that, and that was the whole. You're willing to take the upside, and feel like you can deal with the problems that have happened in the past. You feel like you can correct those. We'll see if that happens.
Well, and I would think that NIL fluctuates. Like if you're not performing up to a certain standard, then hey, we can figure this out. We can also. If you would have had a unbelievable season, he probably would have gone to the NBA. But if you have an unbelievable season, then we pay you more.
Yeah.
See, if you've had a crap season, based on expectations, we pay you less. So that's why I think Alabama's getting him at bottom basement price right now.
Here's what I think when it comes to NIL, back to the Seth Davis tweet. It's not like a salary cap in the NFL, right? Where, say, one school, or that everybody has $10 million, or one school only has $4 million and one school has $10 million. I feel like the NIL works like this, that, man, we've got to get another $800,000 or we're going to lose our quarterback. And at some point, somebody picks up the phone and calls somebody, and somebody says, well, I don't want to lose our quarterback. I'll give you $400,000. And then somebody else says, well, I'll kick in 100. And then somebody says, I'll kick in 300. All of a sudden, our NIL has 800,000. So I don't know how you can say one school has more NIL money than the other, right? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, but I think they do, though.
Well, I mean, you do in the general term. But
right. I mean, we all know that Texas has got more money than Texas Tech.
That's right. But if it comes down to, man, we need to keep this player, or we can get this player if we could give him $800,000. Well, then you call Mr. Deep Pockets, who calls Mr. Medium Pockets, a couple of Mr. Medium Pockets, and you see if you can get that money.
Or do you ever go to one of your receivers and say, hey, look, to keep your quarterback, I need 50 back from you?
I'm going to say.
I mean, we're talking contracts. I mean, certain people do restructure their deals. I think that would be more difficult.
Yeah, that would be more difficult. I just think that NIL money that's available is a moving target. Obviously, Alabama coming off the Final Four and Kentucky kicking the tires, Nate probably has a little bit more in his coffers right now without having to make a phone call.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt about that.
Yeah, because it was just a recently big topic for him.
I mean, this was already
but I don't know how much
heated as I could see Alabama-Auburn basketball has ever been, where the rivalry is right now. So just another layer to it.
I just don't know how much NIL played into this. But I assume in everything now in college, money does play a role.
Well, if you're Aiden, though, real quick, Brown, if they come to you and they're like, hey, we gave you, I'm just throwing out numbers, we gave you $300,000 last year, you played $100,000, we're going to pull you back. I mean, that would upset a player in itself.
It probably would. I mean, I think a more reasonable guess than NIL on the Auburn end is Auburn went out and got J.P. Pegues. And Aiden looked at that and said, I'm not playing in front of him, and I'm not playing in front of Denver Jones as a starter, right? So either Bruce Pearl flat out told him, you're not playing in front of J.P. Pegues, you're not playing in front of Denver Jones, or he was just smart enough to do the math and say, I'm not playing in front of those guys, so I'm out. Now, where the NIL could come into play for Alabama would be Mark Sears is still an unknown, right?
That's right. I feel like the coaches probably know where Mark's leaning.
I think everybody feels like Mark Sears. Well, I shouldn't say everybody. That's a dangerous word. But I think most people feel like Mark Sears plays at Alabama next year.
I would think so, yes.
I'm not 100% sure of that.
So but you're a warrior by nature. So
I am.
Yeah, it's Alabama G League or
Europe.
He's going to transfer out somewhere else.
I mean, you don't know.
I don't know
what Mark Sears is hearing, right?
I don't.
And you don't know if Mark Sears says, man, my stock may not ever be higher. If I was in the Final Four, I was second team All-American. So you don't know.
I mean, Sears might be like, if I am going to be one of the 60 guys drafted, I don't care if I'm in the second round. I just want somebody to sign me. I know it's not a guaranteed contract, but I'm good enough that I can go earn my way onto this roster. I don't think it's great advice, but all it takes is one person to tell him that's what's going to happen.
And we've seen people make choices off of what one person or a group of people have told them in the past. So I don't think anything's 100%.
No, it's not 100%. That's why it's backed off from everybody. I just think the consensus opinion is that he will be back in Tuscaloosa, but you don't know 100%. So now on the NIL front, if he comes back, that is not going to be cheap. Mark Sears.
I mean, people are talking about right now 800, 850.
For Mark Sears?
That's what I said. I mean,
what do you think he could top out at in Europe? Let's just say he doesn't get drafted first round and he says G League or Europe, I'm going to try Europe.
The best European leagues can pay him over $1 million a year.
Yeah, but I would think early on he's making a couple $100,000. I mean, his best move is come back Bama.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. Once you go Europe, it is hard to come back to the NBA, isn't it? I mean, how many guys do that? How many guys take the European route and then they're like, NBA, you know what? We screwed up on this kid. We need to go get him.
Very rarely.
Yeah, you don't
because
see it.
What's keeping Mark Sears?
In fact, I used to have a T-shirt. Once you go Europe, you don't
Can't
go back.
What's keeping Mark Sears out of the league?
His height.
Is he going to grow in Europe?
I don't think so.
I don't
He's
think
not
so.
going to grow anymore at Alabama.
He's
We
not,
can work
you're
it
right.
out. Again, I've got some inches. I'll sell him.
Yeah, I know.
That's not a good T-shirt.
Lance is
It's not.
Lance made
I
that
think
offer.
I saw it at Talladega, though.
Lance made that offer to one intern, and then we had one fellow employee that just flat out told Lance, if I had your height, I'd be in the NFL.
Yeah.
So Lance's height is valuable.
Garrison Brooks is who we're talking about. I would assume he's in Europe, or is he G League?
I need to catch up with Garrison. You know, it's a failure on my part. We didn't have him on before Bama, North Carolina. That was a complete failure on my part. Now I apologize.
It's a team failure, Brownie. I
Nope.
could easily have
Somebody
said,
could have. I mean, anybody could have stepped in. Yes,
Could have said
easily have
something.
But
said,
ultimately,
Didn't even think about it till
in that
just now.
aspect, it falls under my purview, so it's my fault. I'm not going to blame anybody else. I should have had him on. I know he was doing some North Carolina stuff on TV. But I mean, he was in the same boat. He had a skill set that worked in the NBA. His problem was it only worked at the position where he was too small to play.
Okay, so I threw out with Sears, I thought the number would be about 800 a couple of weeks ago. I talked to somebody that very credible, and they said the number's 250. And
250?
yeah, I was blown away when I heard that. I think it's more.
Yeah. Well, being discussed as one of the greatest players in Alabama history.
Yeah, which, I mean, if you're just doing standalone seasons, it's got to be a top 3 season.
Yeah, because they went to the Final Four. Okay, there's a little basketball to start things off with you on Aiden Holloway, the rare Auburn, Alabama. What Brown touched on, and it was part of his final thought, parting shot.
Bottom line, Jim.
Bottom line on the Zone last night. He and I talked about it on the drive back from Talladega. The changing world of transfers, we'll get into that a little bigger because this is going to be commonplace, I believe, moving forward. We'll talk about that. Our friends at the Regions Tradition returning to Greystone May 8th through the 12th. Just around the corner, we'll be watching the greatest golfers in history roll into Alabama again to play this great event, the Regions Tradition. You can be there, regionstradition.com, regionstradition.com. Ernie Els, Jim Furyk, Steve Stricker, who is the guy to always beat at Greystone. He is there. And don't miss the Drummond Company Celebrity Pro-Am. You'll get Kalen DeBoer. He'll be there. You'll get Nick Saban. He'll be there. You'll get Nate Oates. He'll be there. From the Auburn side, Hugh Freeze will be there. Charles Barkley will be there. Riley Green, the great country music singer, he'll be there. Enjoy the White Claw watering hole we'll be broadcasting from on Wednesday. You can have food trucks, a Friday concert featuring the Black Jacket Symphony, and a whole lot more. Buy your tickets today, regionstradition.com. regionstradition.com. Brownie.
Which Black Jacket is it, Rockstar? Is it one of yours that is doing
I
Regions?
don't think it's one of mine because we have a wedding the next day.
I think you would know by now if it were.
We have a wedding the next day, so I know that.
Yeah.
Oh, the party band of the year is doing a wedding?
Yeah, we're doing a wedding in Homewood, I believe. So I don't know if I'm part of the Regions thing.
That's a heck of a wedding band right there. You guys have seen.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Party of the year?
Party of the year.
Party of the year. That is high energy, big stuff. That's a heck of a wedding band.
One more big thing here in this opening segment. Alabama, who Will Reichard could become first Alabama kicker drafted since 1966, Thursday night or Friday or Saturday as you go into the weekend, or he may sign as a free agent. It's got a chance to play in the NFL moving forward. Alabama loses Will Reichard, and they have brought in the Groza award-winning kicker from Miami of Ohio, a guy who went to the portal, came out of the portal, went back in the portal Friday, and quickly committed to Alabama. If you're following along, his name is Graham Nicholson, and I'm not going to backtrack on this.
Uh-oh.
I said this when Will Reichard didn't win the Groza Award.
Right.
I said, how can the kicker from Miami of Ohio win the Groza Award? The pressure kicks in Tuscaloosa have to be more pressure than in the MAC.
Well, pressure or not, Nicholson was 27 of 28. He was 10 of 11 from 40 plus. He obviously can kick in conditions. I agree with you. I think sometimes when it comes down to these awards, they're like, Reichard played in front of millions of people. He's the all-time leading scorer in the SEC. Let's throw a bone to the MAC.
Yeah, okay. But Will Reichard's kicks at the Rose Bowl.
Oh, look.
Baller.
Nobody,
a baller.
Nobody can argue that at all.
Does anybody know the one missed kick that Graham Nicholson
I got
had?
it. It was against Toledo, Jim, but
I
they
was
won the
gonna say
game.
Toledo.
Yeah, it was Toledo.
It was against Toledo, but it was in the MAC championship
Well, they won
game.
the game 23-14. How?
But it was in the MAC championship game.
Well, what are you trying to say?
The most pressure moment that you can have in the MAC.
He was 3 of 4.
Okay,
I know, he missed a 40-something
I
yard.
think
find
Kalen
details
DeBoer
on this.
comfortable enough to bring this kid, and I think it shows you a couple of things. I think the kid was looking more high profile, was looking to make more NIL, which he wasn't going to make with the Red Hawks. And I think Kalen DeBoer and staff, they've got 3 guys, and we had somebody on a couple of weeks ago asked about it, and they were like, it's probably kicker by committee. You don't want kicker by committee.
No, you don't. Talty was a scholarship kicker, recruited and signed to a scholarship. Thought he was going to be a kicker last year. Reichard came back for the extra
I think
year.
it's a brilliant move.
Here's the upside.
Yeah.
Here's the upside. He comes in now. The other school that wanted him, it came down to 2 schools.
Penn State.
No, higher.
Penn State.
Yeah, Michigan.
Higher.
Ohio State.
Ohio State. It came down to Alabama and Ohio
Really?
State.
How about
Well,
that?
I mean,
Now, that's the upside.
Yeah, good for that kid.
And we've heard, and I don't know how accurate this is. Do you guys believe that they have spent, when you're talking about coaches NIL, $30 million on this season?
That's the report. Coaches Chip Kelly, basically, and all their NIL, $35 million, I think is the number I saw.
Well, it's probably still climbing. I mean, I wonder what they are.
I don't think they're done.
I mean, if you're this kicker, though,
So you think they pulled out their pockets when Nicholson was in town?
Sorry.
maybe.
Sorry, buddy.
But,
We're a poverty program when it comes to kicker.
but if you're Graham Nicholson, do you not go to the highest bidder when it comes to those two? Look, you've already won the Lou Groza. I mean, I think Ohio State's in a better position to play for a national championship this year than Alabama. I mean, Alabama's one of 5, 6, 7 teams that could win it.
Oh, I like this plan, Alabama or Ohio State, because if I'm going to get drafted in the NFL, the Lou Groza Award is nice, but if I'm going to get drafted in the NFL, they're going to need to see good tape, me in front of big crowds in big games. Ohio State plays some big games. Alabama plays some big games. They both could be in the playoffs. Ohio State right now better odds to win a national championship. So he's coming to a place where the pressure point is going to be higher.
You say this, and I'm just throwing this out there, but I would bet of the 32 starting kickers, more than half, I would say 20 plus of the 32 went to Group 5 schools.
I kind of agree with Lance. I bet you will find precious few kickers in the NFL that played for a big-time program.
Well, I would tell you that against my theory here, nobody kicked bigger pressure kicks than the guy with the goggles at Georgia, and he flamed
Hot
out.
Rod.
didn't he?
Rodrigo Blankenship.
Yep, Hot Rod did not make it.
He flamed out, right?
He did.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, he was good his first couple of years in Indy, and then he started, he just got in between the ears and just couldn't make kicks.
Meanwhile, how many Carlsons are in the
Well, I
NFL?
mean, but as good as he was in college, he got cut by his first team too.
He did, but then he dialed it in.
Well, he did, but I'm just, it is far from automatic. I mean, it's his.
He got those knobs. Let's see if I tweak this up a little bit here. Boom.
No, he figured it out at some point, but early on, it was not great for him.
Yeah, Reichard, who is the NCAA all-time scoring leader, and now you bring in the guy who won the award as the best kicker. Pretty sweet to be Alabama right now in the kicking department. All right, a lot more to get to,
Hey,
including
gun to head, do you think anybody would have known who won the Lou Groza this year?
Nope. No, I think everybody would have guessed Reichard. Yeah.
They only knew here locally because Reichard didn't win it.
Yeah.
Right. I mean,
I didn't know. I know we talked about it before.
when he's the NCAA all-time leading scorer, you're like, oh, it's probably that guy.
When the story broke, without knowing who it was, they said, oh, Alabama's getting the Lou Groza Award winner. I thought it was a kid from Utah, but he was the punter, right?
So he won the Ray Guy?
No. Or is that I don't know. It seemed like Utah had somebody good in the kicking awards at some point. All right, that's our opening segment. Portal news both ways. leading other places to Alabama in both those cases. Best and worst of the weekend, part of the next segment that's coming up, and a lot more to get to. Chip Brown on what Arch Manning did to wow everyone in Austin, coming up at 10 Central to start hour number 2. Show being brought to you today by our friends at Odie's. Odie's, one of those great American bar scenes.
Odie's Tavern, the original Crestline Village. We'll be doing Odie's Team Trivia coming up this Wednesday, the newest location in Homewood, right there in Edgewood, the corner of Broadway and Oxmoor. Incredible food from Rodney Davis for the last 33-plus years. Award-winning wings, delicious burgers, great sandwiches, including that Diablo sandwich, ice-cold beer buckets full of the Bud Light, live music every Friday and Saturday. NBA action will be on the TVs, both locations tonight. Stop in, see Will Haber and that great staff. 2 locations, Odie's Tavern.
Follow The Next Round on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Next Round Live.
Hey, you. Days warming up. Looking like spring. And at New Balance Birmingham, we've got the thing. What pops and what's fresh? Check the selects. Come together at New Balance Birmingham on Highway 280, right next to Chick-fil-A. New Balance Birmingham, we got now.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Golf season is here, and if you're looking for a great golf course with affordable rates, you need to check out the newly renovated Woodward Golf Club. Woodward Golf Club is a semi-private club with membership opportunities available, but is also open to the public. You can book tee times online at this hidden gem by going to golfwoodward.com. For only $195 per month, you can enjoy unlimited golf 7 days a week. Membership includes discounted cart fees, unlimited range balls, and the use of our practice facilities. For more information on memberships and the course, check us out online at golfwoodward.com.
Let's face it, a home is one of the most powerful assets you can have, and our friends at Mortgage Right want to help you build wealth through home ownership. Mortgage Right is all about providing competitive rates, a variety of loan products, and a multitude of resources for a seamless home buying experience. They treat their borrowers like family and are always looking to bring more happy homeowners under their roof. See more by visiting mortgageright.com/TNR today and start living. That's mortgageright.com/TNR. NMLS 2239, equal housing lender.
Birmingham's favorite lawn party returns to Greystone for the Region's Tradition, May 8th through 12th. Watch the legends of the game at Greystone and check out the Celebrity Pro-Am featuring Charles Barkley, Nick Saban, Kalen DeBoer, Hugh Freeze, and country superstar Riley Green. Enjoy the fun in the sun at the White Claw Watering Hole and Casamigos Club. And don't miss the food trucks and the Friday concert featuring the Black Jacket Symphony. The Region's Tradition. Buy your tickets today.
This hour of The Next Round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
Hang out with The Next Round on the go. Whether you're driving to work, running errands, sitting on the beach, or you just need a break from the real world, we can keep you company. Check out The Next Round, Mystery Fifth Hour, and our other shows on your favorite podcast app. We'll meet you there.
Hempill brings us best and worst of the weekend. We'll get to that in just a second. One of my favorite things, I love being at Talladega Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Had a blast out there. The finish was unbelievable with Tyler Reddick winning in cars sideways and upside down right at the finish line. And Reddick shot the gap and won the race. First time Michael Jordan has been at the track when his team actually won the race. And
so are they saying he's the landmine?
Well, yeah, they were telling.
They were saying that they never race well when he's there. And he really stood in the background. I don't think they really knew he was there.
Well, did I get this correctly when the picture was sent out from whoever this guy is on Twitter?
That is Jalen Milroe and Michael Jordan.
No, I know Jalen Milroe. I'm talking about whoever posted the picture.
Right.
Okay.
Because it talked about Jalen Milroe, and they didn't say a word about Michael Jordan. And I'm like, I get that Jalen Milroe's there.
Yeah.
But
The other
that's
guy-
Michael Jordan.
The other guy was pretty good.
Yeah.
Cool scene, though, with Jordan, like, picking up Reddick's kid and holding him the whole time.
Walking, you ready to go see him? Walking him through the confetti. It was really good.
It was pure, real joy for Michael Jordan. I mean, like, he was super excited about winning this thing.
So is Tyler Reddick like Max Homa? Is he like a up-and-coming? Like, I'd never heard of the kid, ever.
I think it was his 6th NASCAR win, his first at Talladega, probably his biggest win. I don't really know a whole lot about him, but he's part of the 2311 Racing. It's owned by Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan's the most money involved in it. And it was such a good win there. That was a classic finish. And then our time out there, thank you to Johnson RV Center. Nick Johnson had us a good setup on the infield there. Some of the pictures from the weekend here. My favorite part of the whole weekend was the Saturday when we're walking around, LT's doing interviews. And Emily Grace, there's a tram that is rolling, multiple trams that are going, that are giving fans tours around the facility. And all of a sudden, Emily Grace said, I think I just saw Auburn quarterback Peyton Thorne on a tram. I was
random.
like, huh, that tram that just went by at 20 miles per hour, you just saw Peyton Thorne. She goes, is there a chance he's here? And I was like, well, it's a Saturday in Auburn, Alabama. I said, back in the day when Alabama players were from Alabama, they used to come to the races. So maybe he's here, but how in the world did you pick Peyton Thorne out of a crowd when you weren't looking for Peyton Thorne? But it was him. And then LT had a chance to talk to Peyton Thorne, Auburn starting quarterback, at the infield in Talladega.
Better NASCAR movie, would you go Talladega Nights or Days of Thunder? Have you seen either?
I'm going Talladega Nights because I haven't seen Days of Thunder, so I got to go Talladega.
Are you not a Tom Cruise guy?
I mean, I'm a Tom Cruise guy, but I just haven't seen that one.
Okay. What species is Yoda? Any idea?
Oh, gosh. I'm not a Star Wars guy either, so I apologize on that.
I'm not either.
Alien, I guess. I mean, maybe Alien.
I know how you'll probably answer this, but we've asked, who is the greater American, Abraham Lincoln or Nick Saban?
I got to go Abe Lincoln. Respect to Nick Saban for sure. Okay. But I got to go Abe Lincoln.
Who's got the more ridiculous shirt on, me or you?
I don't know. I just picked this up the other day, so I'll let the fans decide that.
I mean, but you're an Eagle guy. I mean, Spirit, right?
I guess. I mean, if that's what you want to go with, I'm down for that.
But, I mean, a pet wolf would be kind of cool.
It would be. I mean, I'd be a little afraid of it. I'm not going to lie, but I guess that'd be cool.
Okay, so one day when you're in the NFL and you're cashing big checks, what it would be like your exotic animal you would want to own? Like Tony Montana, if you've ever seen Scarface, has got a tiger.
I'd go tiger.
Would you really go
tiger? I'd go tiger, yeah. The Auburn Tigers, and then, my dad, my dad went to high school. My grandpa was a coach. They were the Tigers. So I grew up liking tigers, so I go tiger.
Yeah, you own a pet tiger, you wake up in a pool of blood one morning.
Yeah, I don't think that's a wise move. I introduced Jack to Scarface. I know Rockstar hates it. First time he's ever seen it, and he absolutely loved it. But Tony Montana did have that tiger. Peyton, nice enough to put down his Raising Cane's and his Liquid Death there for us.
I noticed that.
Liquid Death, non-alcoholic. It doesn't look like it on the can, though.
Yeah, I know. It looks like
malt liquor.
It really does. Yeah. It's water, right?
Yeah.
Lunsford drinks it all the time.
What a good kid, though.
I like Peyton.
And I still can't believe Emily Grace was able to pull that.
Yeah, it was. Emily's down on campus. Emily Grace is down on campus a lot, and they double take. Wait, I know
had
that
a double
person.
take.
Yeah, they did. They had a double take. He came back and he said, "You're the reporter, right?
You're the reporter. You're the quarterback."
Yeah,
me LT.
Nice kid, man. I mean, you've spent now 2 extended periods of time with him. We spent a lot of time with him when we were down at Auburn. I really like Peyton Thorne. I mean, I hope he performs well. I hope he breaks out and
I do too.
Has a really good year. I think he seems like a good kid to me, and I'm pulling for him.
Hemphill brings us best and worst of the weekend, LT.
205-229-2090. Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys at Hemphill Services. Call them. They're going to take care of you. Hard to stop a train. HemphillServices.com for more information. Trust the name. Since 1954, whether you experience plumbing, heating, or cooling issues in your home or business, they are ready to serve you. 205-229-2090 or HemphillServices.com.
Sooner Rod really in, Brownie. My best is Texas will lose to OU again. Quarterback room looks pretty good right now, Sooner Rod. I want to see Jackson Arnold. I can't wait to see Jackson Arnold in the game.
I love Dylan Gabriel.
I did too. I liked him too. Of course, I liked Spencer Rattler before that. I like Caleb Williams before that. I liked all the Heisman Trophy winners before that.
I like Caleb Williams till he started talking.
Yeah.
Dude, Talladega, some of the things that I saw on the boulevard. Like, you've got girls that are doubling up or tripling up as bartenders, Girl Scout cookie salespeople, and strippers.
Yeah.
That is a wide variety of jobs.
Technically tripling up, I guess, yeah.
Really is. Those are the girls that thought Michael Keaton was in the house. Did you hear about that, Brown?
I did. I've seen the video. I can't believe they were that gullible.
I mean, legitimately thought it was Michael Keaton.
I asked Dunaway yesterday. I was like, was that staged? She's like, no, they really thought it was Michael Keaton.
No,
they got pissed.
To the point.
Yeah.
To the point, LT. Because I was talking to one of our fans, changing some pictures we had taken, and so I got separated from you guys as I'm walking back to the Johnson. As I'm walking back to the Johnson RV Holler, this is me being introduced as Michael Keaton to them, and they so buy it that they take a selfie with me.
I mean, what are the chances that girl's, I'm going to guess 24, that she says the new Bond should be the original Batman, a movie from 1989.
And then you've got Dunaway standing right over there. Yes.
And then I give her the courtesy hug. I'm sorry, I'm a little out of shape. I told them since I was Batman. That was my line. So I'm walking back by LT, and they said, come here. And I walk over there, and the blonde says, you're not Michael Keaton. And I said,
busted.
Who said I was Michael Keaton? So because I figured
you played it off, right?
And she's like, I was so excited. I sent my dad, who's a huge Michael Keaton fan, a picture of me and you together, and he wrote back instantly, honey, that's not Michael Keaton.
Okay. I think Dad has bigger concerns than you being Michael Keaton. Yeah. Leighton sends me that picture in that situation. We got some issues. Life 360 ain't working.
Honey, what are you wearing?
Laura asked a really good question that we need to get to.
What does Laura ask?
Brie chicken fry.
Oh, now, I only heard half this story.
So Kelsey and EG and Lil
right.
T, they pulled me to the side and they were like, well, what do you got tonight? You have plans? And I was like, I mean, I kind of do, but I don't. And they were like, 7 o'clock, we are going to drop a surprise on Dunaway. Brie Chicken Fry is going to meet him.
That's right.
Yeah. And once Dunaway found out, then it wasn't important for me to stay. But now I wish I would have stayed because I heard that is awkward a good way to put it?
It is. I've never seen the video that is out there.
I saw it.
I haven't seen this.
So
the video
Taylor sent it to you?
Yeah.
There's video with you and Brie Chicken Fry.
You know, I was driving back in the car and I thought to myself, I bet Taylor has shared that video without sending it to me. But
share with me if it's any consolation.
So here's the deal. We got signals crossed. I didn't set this up, but I was told we were doing an interview, which made me nervous. I just wanted to meet her to start with, but then we were doing an interview. So now I'm thinking, well, okay, I got to do an interview with her. So we go over there, and we get there about 30 minutes earlier. She is surrounded by a handler from Barstool that travels with her. Right. She's sitting in a golf cart.
She's a Barstool employee, right? But she's also dating Zach Bryan, the country music superstar.
But remember, I found out what the tie was. It's Raising Cane's.
Raising Cane's brought her to town, yes.
Okay.
But, so I liked her. Remember, I brought her up on the show before she was dating Zach Bryan.
I
liked Zach Bryan.
No idea who she was.
Yeah, so I brought her up on the show because she's fabulous on social media, really entertaining.
That's what you tell me,
Yeah. But then they've got 2 cameras. So they have 2 guys running cameras and like 3 other people that travel with Barstool. So it's a Barstool. They're sitting on 3 golf carts as I approach them. And we're about 30 minutes early, and I thought it would be a little, wimpy to have little T or EG or Kelsey walk up to her.
Right.
He's here for his interview. So I walk up and I said, hey, I'm Jim from the Next Round in Birmingham. They've set up an interview for us, something along these lines. If you want to go ahead and we're here early, you're already out here. If you want to go ahead and knock it out now, we can, you can get on with your night. We don't have to wait around until 7 o'clock.
I heard the approach was different.
She said something on her face, and I said, I'm sorry, I DM'd you 16 times trying to get you on our show in the past.
Yikes.
Her facial expressions really changed then.
By the way, 16 is very specific.
Is it really 16 or was that
I don't know. I was
typical
just going,
Dunaway overstatement?
And I said at that point when her facial expression changed, I got really nervous then because it changed. And I said, I was just trying to get you Just trying to, was trying to get you on the show. Really big fan of your talent. And I said, if you and O'Malley want to go ahead and do the interview now, and she's like, O'Malley's flight got delayed. She's not going to be here till 7, so we can do it at 7. So the girls, that's 30 minutes. So the girls needed to go to the bathroom. So we walked to the bathroom. Before we make it to the bathroom, we get a text from.
But if you're not nervous, then you probably say, hey, let's just do a one-on-one real quick, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
We don't need O'Malley.
I'm socially awkward to begin with.
Who's O'Malley?
Her co-host.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is that the girl that wears a hat a lot, long hair?
So that's another female, O'Malley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I just know that I'm socially awkward anyway.
So y'all go to the bathroom.
So we go to the bathroom. Before we get to the bathroom, we get the person who set it up for us text, there is no interview. It's just a gym meet and greet. That's it. Just a gym meet and greet. And at that point, I felt like, well, I just met her and greeted her. So there's no need to go back.
So who told you that? There's no interview. It's just a gym meet and greet?
Yeah.
Their people?
No, it was the people who was working
gotcha.
for us to help set it up through Talladega.
Yeah, I think what happened is her people sent them, and they were like, what the hell's going on?
Who is this guy?
But when I mentioned interview, she had no clue she was doing an interview.
All right.
I'm not even sure she knew she was doing a meet and greet.
So was she pleasant to you?
She was not mean at all.
Okay, good.
She was not mean at all.
We have video.
mean.
We have video.
Yeah.
Jim, they say never meet your heroes.
Yeah.
Would this fall in that category?
I am not. I am not. I didn't unfollow her, if that's what you're asking.
No, it's not at all what I asked.
Well, no, better question, did she block you?
I don't. She doesn't follow me. First off, listen, she is going to be a superstar.
Okay,
and is already rising as a superstar. And
what is her talent that separates herself from the masses?
She's just really good on camera. I can't describe it. She's just really good on camera.
You should DM her and try to get her on the show.
I tried 16-ish times, Rockstar, to try to get her on the show.
But you're still a fan. This did not.
I am still a fan. I'm just saying that when you're like,
there was a hesitation.
No, I noticed. I noticed.
I mean,
you got to think about that.
We all know Dave Portnoy is pretty successful, right?
Yes, he's done well.
Yeah, and all I did at the Rose Bowl was put up a sign on a glass.
Yeah.
And he gave me 10 or 15, 20 seconds of interaction on camera at the Rose Bowl. And she's going to be
a star.
Not to Dave's level, but it's going to be a big star.
Did she give you 10 seconds?
Oh, we talked for a little bit longer than that whole video.
Okay.
And it had to be weird.
That whole video was 15 seconds.
Yeah. Seemed like an hour to me.
Imagine how long it seemed to her. Yes.
But I'm probably her oldest fan.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
But
I'm probably her.
I'm going to say you're way out of their demographic.
I'm probably her oldest fan for her talents. How about that?
Okay.
Not her looks.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
Yeah. So I just, it was great talking to her. She was tremendously nice. As I told our group, more attractive in person than she is on camera.
So basically, when y'all walked to the bathroom, somebody got the text saying, "Hey, that was it," and y'all just never went back.
Kelsey, who was setting it up, it was going to be a surprise for me,
right?
Which I thanked them for doing.
Right.
Really didn't want it to turn into a part of the show, and didn't know the video was being passed around. But it's okay.
Sorry,
I'm the punching bag. It's fine.
No, I mean you were out there.
It came with a
3 full days. You served a lot of time out there.
Yeah, you did. Dunaway did.
And I know Saturday you said I'm going to walk through the media center and I might,
Well, I
bump
did.
into Bree Chicken Fry.
I knew she was there, and I went trying to because I knew she would be around their race team, and I was looking for her. And as I texted Kelsey and Taylor and EG, I was like, "Thank you." It was a tremendous gesture. To try to set it up for a good meet and greet.
How did the surprise get blown? Because I would have done my best to stay out there. And now I really wish I would have been out there.
And when I was arriving at the track early on, I texted our buddy Brian, who runs the track. He's the president, CEO of Talladega.
Brian Craig.
Brian Craig, great dude, by the way.
As good as they come.
What's Bree Chicken Fry's official role out here today? Is she, gentlemen, start your engines?
Did he say who?
Yeah. Is she? What is she doing?
Right.
And he wrote back, he said, she's here with Raising Cane's Racing.
Okay.
And promoting the track on social media, which is a big boost for them. If you go watch her stuff. And the Barstool reaction to this, it's a great selling point for coming to Talladega. And so I said, well, if there's a chance for me to meet her, would love to. Big fan. And he wrote back, I'll get, and named a
Oh,
name.
yeah.
I'll get
So that's how they
so-and-so.
got started,
I'll
yeah.
get so-and-so to set it up.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, no, I was just joking. And
You played that one, huh?
And-
no,
I was just joking, but for real.
Yeah,
no, I did. I
But
said
now
I was
that you've
just
done it.
joking.
Yeah.
So then later on, he texted me. He says, hey, worked out. We got you meeting her at 7 o'clock.
He didn't know that somebody else was. Okay, I got to see what happened.
So it was all going. All right. That's a little bit of the best and the worst of Talladega. Meeting her was absolutely the best.
Oh, good for you. I'm glad to hear that.
It was fun.
I really am glad.
Did
I'm
you at
being
least
genuine
DM her
with
and
it.
say, like, hey, it was nice to meet you?
Yeah.
I did not. I'm going to cool it on the DMs.
Oh, rollout number 17. At least she'll recognize who it is this time.
I'm not sure she will. I think her quote was, "Oh, there's no way I saw any of those." That was her quote.
Was it really?
Yeah,
it's abundantly clear.
Is that an easy way to say I'm a superstar now?
I just assume that she has people managing, or she doesn't look at her DMs because of what they could be.
Oh yeah, I don't think I would look at them if I'm her.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair. All right, so there you go. Best and worst of the weekend brought to you by Hemp Hill. The show is also being brought to you by our friends at Bandwagon right there in downtown Homewood.
Yeah, time to jump on the bandwagon. Listen here now. If you are in All-Star season, if you're not, it's coming up. Bandwagon wants to help your team look their best, and then they'll play their best, right? If you got a vision for that team uniform, you've already got the vision, great. Bandwagon's perfect for you. If you're starting from scratch, you don't have the vision, great. Bandwagon's perfect for you. They can make sure, whatever the case, your team hits the field in style. Their staff, they're amazing. They walk alongside you throughout the design, creation, sizing, and more. Not just uniforms, Bandwagon can create any custom apparel, whether it's your business looking for their newest polo or that all-star mom team wants matching tank tops. Bandwagon Sports has got you. BandwagonSports.com. Next round, time to jump on the bandwagon. BandwagonSports.com.
Pritch Law, freezing balls in the parking lot was his worst of the weekend at Talladega. Best of the weekend was the sun coming out for the race. It did work out perfect weather-wise.
Saturday did get a little chilly.
Yeah, Sunday was great.
Sunday chilly early, and then it got great for the race. Michael, we saw Pete Davidson over the weekend, really good, he says. Laura says the problem was Breed had heard she was meeting Michael Keaton, and then we're back in a moment on the next round.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood. Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
Fire damage to your home or business is something you never want to consider. Ryan Brown here from the Next Round. But in the horrible event it happens, Dry Tech is here to help. They respond quickly and will reply to you within 20 minutes when you call 205-637-0143. They're working for you, the customer, not the insurance company. They've got 5 crews ready to go 24/7. Don't call the insurance company first. Call Dry Tech. Just remember this website, mydrytech.com. That is mydrytech.com.
The road to the Indy 500 runs through Birmingham, April 26th through 28th. The fastest IndyCar drivers in the world, Castroneves, Dixon, and Newgarden, will put their skills to the test with one goal in mind: victory. Witness country music superstar Riley Green as Grand Marshal give the most iconic command in racing. Start your engine! Medical Properties Trust presents the Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix, powered by AmFirst, at the Barber Motorsports Park. Tickets are selling fast. Get yours now.
Golf season is here, and if you're looking for a great golf course with affordable rates, you need to check out the newly renovated Woodward Golf Club. Woodward Golf Club is a semi-private club with membership opportunities available, but is also open to the public. You can book tee times online at this hidden gem by going to golfwoodward.com. For only $195 per month, you can enjoy unlimited golf 7 days a week. Membership includes discounted cart fees, unlimited range balls, and the use of our practice facilities. For more information on memberships and the course, check us out online at golfwoodward.com.
Birmingham's favorite lawn party returns to Greystone for the Region's Tradition, May 8th through 12th. Watch the legends of the game at Greystone and check out the Celebrity Pro-Am featuring Charles Barkley, Nick Saban, Kalen DeBoer, Hugh Freeze, and country superstar Riley Green. Enjoy the fun in the sun at the White Claw Watering Hole and Casamigos Club. And don't miss the food trucks and the Friday concert featuring the Black Jacket Symphony. The Region's Tradition. Buy your tickets today.
That's a terrible song.
We continue on. Chip Brown from Austin on the Texas spring game and Texas moving to the SEC and expectations for Sark coming up in a little bit. But we do have some announcements coming out of TV times, including this one right here. Forrester hit it. Texas-Michigan big noon kickoff on September 7th at the Big House. That is now officially a Clat game. Longhorns and Wolverines. Good logos there. I don't know if Michigan will measure up on that one.
Yeah, I got a feeling this could be like that precursor to how bad this season's going to be for Michigan.
Oh, really? You think this is the wake-up call?
I mean, I could just see Texas roll in there and beat them by double digits. I mean, I still think Michigan's 8-9 wins.
Falls right in the same area where Texas went to Tuscaloosa last year and beat Alabama. Week 2 game there. Big noon kickoff there. Texas and Michigan officially announced. More on Texas at the top of the hour. The show being brought to you by our friends at Lake Fest. That big event coming up in May, LT.
Yeah, May 10th through the 12th, Lake Fest. You're going to absolutely love it. It is Alabama's largest in-water boat show. Over 100 boats, vehicles on display, vendors and fire trucks, live music all weekend, including that free Velcro Pygmies concert on Saturday. It's going to be Mother's Day, free mimosas for Mom on Sunday. They've got a fireworks show on Friday night. Logan Martin Lake Fest and Boat Show presented by AmFirst. Again, May 10th through the 12th. For more information, LoganMartinLakeFest.com.
New college football rules are out there. 2-minute warning made official Friday right after the show. So too did helmet communications. First, on helmet communications, it'll work exactly like the NFL. Green dots on the helmet and all. One person on each side, defense and offense, can have it. If the communication goes down for one team, you got to stop it on the other side. I like this rule, and it probably is the end of the end of the signs on the sidelines. Maybe, I guess, if you're doing the hurry up, the signs could still be around.
That was a fun novelty for a minute, but it lost its luster.
I've noticed specifically in video from Alabama, I haven't seen as much from Auburn. I saw it, I think, with Hugh Freeze, but I've noticed video in Alabama where Sheridan and Kane Womack are both, you can both see them doing it in the spring practices.
Talking in the walkie-talkie.
That's right, talking to the walkie-talkie. So, it'll be interesting to see how this works. I mean, it has virtually eliminated delays of game in the NFL.
Yep.
Now, I don't know if you're a fan, if you're like, no, I kind of like the delay of game being part of the game. I mean, I don't know why you would.
I don't know who likes delay of games.
I don't either, Jim, but, people find a reason to bitch about anything. Yeah. Oh, back in my day, they used to have a delay of game.
Yeah.
You're probably going to hear that.
Also, back in my day, if the crowd was too loud, you could back away.
I don't know why. It seems like there's more delay of games in the NFL to me.
Do you really think so?
And they're very lenient with that clock too.
More than college, you think?
I don't know why.
I don't think there's any way.
It seems to jump out to me like that. But
yeah. I would say this.
That's funny. I said it's virtually eliminated, and you're like, I think there may be more than there are in college.
There are. Yeah.
On the flip side, the 2-minute warning, and people are saying they've sped the game up. Chase, they've sped the game up to slow it down again with a 2-minute warning. I don't like that one. I do like the helmet comes. I will tell you this. It is a planned television timeout now, and they are saying
I know that's what they're saying.
That it's not an added timeout.
Yeah.
It's a planned TV timeout, and they believe the people who help make the rules and while dealing with the TV partners, they believe that will allow the TV partners in the second and fourth quarters to know that they've got a planned TV time coming out. And for those that don't really understand, like with our show, we have a certain number of spots we got to get in before the show's over with. They've got a certain number of spots they got to get in before halftime and before the end of the game. And sometimes you'll get a back-to-back commercial break after a quick change of possession or after a touchdown kickoff, another commercial break, because they're trying to make sure they get all the commercials in the time they're supposed to get in. They're saying, like the NFL model, with a planned TV timeout at the 2-minute warning, that they may avoid now those back-to-back commercial breaks.
Yeah, so basically all they've done is shift TV timeouts. That's really all they've done here is they've shifted them a little bit deeper in the game. and one of them will be at the 2 minute or in the half.
Yeah.
One of them will be at the 2 minute warning in both halves.
Well, like in basketball,
So
to your point, they've got assigned on
That's
the
right.
clock TV media timeouts. They don't in football.
The under 16, the under 12, the under 8, the under 4.
Yeah.
And what a lot of people assumed was, oh, look, college football is just creating another commercial break. And they are very quick to say, no, we are not doing that. We're just bumping them back and creating a 2 minute warning. I don't like this one. Don't hate this one. I don't know. I'm just going to wait and see on this one.
You might be right, by the way. So
What?
you know what? Each team average delays for the year
What?
in the NFL? A little over 5 for the year.
Yeah,
that's just not a lot.
Yeah, so the most was the Minnesota Vikings had 11 delay of game penalties.
Yeah, that's in 17 games. That's a lot of snaps for only 11 delays.
That's less than 0.3 a game.
Yeah. So
that's a 10-yard penalty in the Canadian Football League. You know
Jeez.
Yeah, everything's fast and
They do not want you stopping that game there.
It's cold out here. Let's go.
I'll see on the 2 minute warning in the NFL. The 2 minute warning is frustrating if my team has the ball and the lead.
Yeah.
Because I don't want that clock stopping for anything. If my team doesn't have the ball and doesn't have the lead, the 2 minute warning is often a saving grace.
Here's the key, though. So many rule difference in the final 2 minutes of the college game than in the NFL game.
That is true.
And this gives a starting point, a very obvious that for the officials and coaches, players, and everybody, the rules now after the 2 minute warning, hey, it's the 2 minute warning. Remember, final 2 minutes. These are the rules we're playing by. The clock's going to stop here. It's going to do this. It's going to do that.
But, coaches in the NFL have schooled themselves on how to manage their timeouts going into the 2 minute warning when they're trying to extend the game. And I wonder if college coaches are already doing that or if they're going to have to learn trial by fire.
I bet they're going to class. I bet they're watching a lot of NFL film right now.
Yeah, because and some of those guys that have coached in the NFL before, like Nick Saban, probably it stuck with him, a guy that has spent some time in the NFL. And Chip Kelly, maybe, as an offensive coordinator at Ohio State, could be a valuable asset. Guy's been a head coach in the NFL at Philadelphia. Right. So, I think those guys probably have somewhat of an advantage of knowing when and where to use your timeouts when you're trying to get the ball back.
Kiffin coached in the NFL. Kiffin coached in the NFL. Sark was an OC in the NFL.
Yeah, so, I think those guys probably have a little bit of an advantage. Because how often do you see NFL coaches botch their timeouts going into the 2 minute warning?
Rarely.
Most of those guys know how to handle that. Now, they'll screw up clock management in other places, but they know how to handle the 2 minute warning timeout.
Yeah. Chip Brown coming up at the top of the hour here. That was some college football big news that broke Friday after our show ended. Jim Harbaugh was busy over the weekend. Forrest, if you can pull that out. He's now the coach of the L.A. Chargers. He is on his way to the NFL draft this week, but he's bringing along with him a new tattoo. Look at Harbaugh staring at the camera.
God, he's such a weirdo.
Getting a tattoo. Gets the big Michigan M, 15-0 on the side there for the national championship. Harbaugh forever inked as a Michigan man.
It's a tiny one.
Well, I'll give him credit.
It's bigger than yours.
He kept his word. Yep. He said he was going to get it done.
He's going for Michigan. He could have completely ignored that, right?
What did he say? Something about pain's irrelevant?
Yeah, something stupid, I'm sure.
So there you go. Jim Harbaugh tatted up before the NFL draft happening on Thursday night. Thursday night, we're at Twin Peaks with a pre-draft party, celebration, and show. You can join us just after 4 o'clock. We'll be there most of the night there, and the NFL draft gets going a little later on, I think around 6. You can jump in there. Twin Peaks, just there in Hoover. Come join us, and we'll have a great time there. Top of the hour show being brought to you by the Indy Grand Prix of Alabama. NASCAR in the rear view now. We're heading out to Barber Motorsports.
Yeah, and the road to the Indy 500 runs right through Birmingham. You can see it for yourself. Fastest drivers in the world going to be there. Guys like Castor Nevis, Dixon, Newgarden, they're all trying to win this thing. Country music superstar Riley Green is the Grand Marshal. He'll give the most iconic command in racing. Start your engines. It is the Medical Properties Trust presents the Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix, powered by AmFirst at the Barber Motorsports Park. Tickets are selling fast. Get yours now. We talk with Chip Brown next on The Next Round.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
You could win a Cadillac CT5 or your share of $25,000 in free play and cash at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. The more you visit, the more chances you have to win. Play the latest, most exciting games around with fun bonuses and big jackpots. You can be a winner too. Come win your share during the Cadillac CT5 and $25,000 giveaway at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Drawings April 5th and 6th. Located off I-459, exit 31, Derby Parkway. Must be 21 or older, must be present to win.
Man, I love a good meal. I'm Jim Dunaway. A good meal is what you get with my friend Sterling at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster. We're talking great southern fried chicken, wonderful sides, hand-cut chicken fingers, po' boys, and those Mississippi Delta recipe tamales. You got a perfect menu for everybody. Champy's Chicken is perfect for watching the big game, or taking a meal to the lake house, down to the coast, or stay in the restaurant and dine in a great atmosphere. It's all made fresh to order right there on 119 in Alabaster, Champy's Chicken. If renting is putting a dent in your bank account, here's your sign from the universe that it's time to buy a new home. And who better to help you through the ins and outs of home buying than our friends at Mortgage Right. With Mortgage Right, you don't have to worry about becoming a short-notice mortgage expert because they do all the heavy lifting for you. They're trusted mortgage professionals, and they'll help you choose the right mortgage option and stand by your side every step of the way. Visit mortgageright.com/TNR to buy before renting runs you dry. That's mortgageright.com/TNR. NMLS 2239, Equal Housing Lender.
Golf season is here, and if you're looking for a great golf course with affordable rates, you need to check out the newly renovated Woodward Golf Club. Woodward Golf Club is a semi-private club with membership opportunities available, but is also open to the public. You can book tee times online at this hidden gem by going to golfwoodward.com. For only $195 per month, you can enjoy unlimited golf 7 days a week. Membership includes discounted cart fees, unlimited range balls, and the use of our practice facilities. For more information on memberships and the course, check us out online at golfwoodward.com.
Birmingham's favorite lawn party returns to Greystone for the Region's Tradition, May 8th through 12th. Watch the legends of the game at Greystone and check out the Celebrity Pro-Am featuring Charles Barkley, Nick Saban, Kalen DeBoer, Hugh Freeze, and country superstar Riley Green. Enjoy the fun in the sun at the White Claw Watering Hole and Casamigos Club. And don't miss the food trucks and the Friday concert featuring the Black Jacket Symphony. The Region's Tradition. Buy your tickets today.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the next round to tell you about our friends at Gutter Cap. Gutter Cap's that patented aluminum cover system that fits over most existing gutters to keep out debris and eliminate that gutter cleaning. It's backed with a lifetime warranty, almost 20-year service record right here in Birmingham. Stay off that dangerous ladder forever. 45% off the retail price now if you call guttercapbirmingham.com. Call my good friend Chris Stewart now, 205-823-2212. Cap it, don't snap it. It's Gutter Cap.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, and Rockstar. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
And this hour of the show being brought to you in part by our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. 16 locations throughout the state, 35 urologists. Guys, as you get a little older, so important in your 30s and 40s and so on to stay up to date on what's going on with your body, from prostate health to kidney stones and everything in between. UrologyCentersAlabama.com. UrologyCentersAlabama.com. Make your appointment today, 205-930-0920. Early detection, so important. UrologyCentersAlabama.com. Royal Payne says, how hot does Sark's seat get if they lose 3 or 4 games this year, including to Texas A&M? That ain't happening. Clean read. That roster ain't losing 3 to 4 games.
They ain't losing 3 to 4 games. I know we'll bring on the expert here in a sec with Chip Brown, but even if he lost 3 to 4 games, Texas fans realized where they were before. They were just in a college football playoff. It would be beyond a disappointing season, but he ain't on no hot seat.
Chip Brown is all over Texas. Chip, that's life of college football coach, right? Coming off the best season he's had in a while, best season Texas has had in a while, and all we want to talk about, what gets him on the hot seat?
Yeah, welcome to the SEC, Chip.
What gets him on the hot seat? Well, I'll tell you what. He's not made many missteps. It looks like he's loaded up in recruiting again after watching this orange-white spring game on Saturday. So We'll see how he holds up to the heat of the SEC.
You have seen the next great quarterback for Texas, that hype come through, and it just kind of fizzles out. And help me out with some of those names. Who was the kid that transferred to Ole Miss? It was supposed to be Javon Sneed.
Yeah, Jevon Sneed.
Jevon Sneed, Garrett Gilbert. I mean, you've seen a lot of these guys come through, and they haven't been Vince Young. Quinn Ewers, we talked about this on your show last week. I think when he's good, he's really, really good. But the story coming out of the spring game was obviously what you've got with Manning. And Arch Manning starts 10 for 10. You've seen a lot of these quarterbacks. From what you've heard, from what you've seen, do you think next year he could be even better than Quinn Ewers?
Well, I mean, as far as the hype and everything, it's Quinn Ewers' show in 2024, but you wanted to see the progress of Arch Manning, because when last we saw him, he was running out of the back of the pocket and, trying to escape, using his legs. And Sarkisian said the biggest step forward he's made this spring was literally stepping up into the pocket. And we saw that in the spring game on Saturday. We even saw it from the early enrollee freshman, Trey Owens, who no one's talking about, but that guy threw for 3 touchdowns in this game as well. And Sark said, I don't know who's putting the stars on the quarterbacks, but we trust our evaluation when it comes to the quarterback and Trey Owens. So look, if everything goes well, it's Quinn's show in 2024. It's Arch's show in 2025. If he's as good as we think, he's probably a one and done. And then it's, Trey Owens' show or whoever after that. So this is the way that Alabama had it going, when it was going from Tua to Mac to Bryce Young. You had guys who were in the system, knew the offense. When they got their chance, they shined and they moved on to the NFL.
Chip, I don't want to be the Baby Ruth in the punch bowl here. But yes, Arch's touchdown passes look great. But where was the freaking secondary? Who is he playing against? There was nobody near those receivers.
They got an interception at the end on a Hail Mary.
Yeah, the secondary, I mean, they've got to get it together. And they didn't play the starters for very long. Malik Muhammad, number 5 at corner, is a star. He will be a name that you all will get to know in the SEC. But they've got to figure out the other corner, and then they've got to find the right combination at safety. And so that was a problem last year. They gave up a ton of yards, passing yards on first and second down. It was kind of mind-boggling, actually. They were good on third down. They were good in the red zone, but man, they give up a lot of passing yards on first and second down, and they've got to get that figured out. Now, Sark says he's got a pass rush. They brought in Trey Moore from UTSA, who had 14 sacks a year ago, was the AC, American Athletic Conference Defensive Player of the Year. We didn't even see him on Saturday. We didn't see much of the 5-star freshman Colin Simmons, although he did have a sack. I guess Sark's trying to keep a few things, under wraps until he gets to the fall.
Chip Brown is with us. You can follow Chip on Twitter and see him at 24/7 Sports at Chip Brown 247, horns247.com, Chip Brown 247 on Twitter. He's on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. I mean, if the Manning family had not been so clear about this, Texas fans and probably Texas coaches would be scared to death. The portal is still open, right? I mean, how many days we got left?
8 more days.
8 more days. Coming off an outing like that, his value in the portal would be tremendous right now, Chip.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, look, there are Texas fans who are like, is he better? Is he better than Quinn? Is he better than Quinn?
Quarterback controversy in Austin. Quarterback controversy in Austin.
But that, again, Steve Sarkisian is a guy who is very confident in the way that he runs the quarterback room. And Arch Manning did not want to go somewhere where he was going to have to be the savior. So this is unfolding exactly as the Arch Manning family thought it would, hoped it would. And look, Quinn Ewers has missed games each of the last 2 years. And you feel confident that if if Quinn has to miss time, that Arch Manning can come in and keep things going.
Is it true that he gives all of his NIL dollars to charity?
He has given some. Now he got his playing card or whatever, that those trading cards, that thing auctioned for over $100,000. He gave that to charity. So he's a very benevolent young man.
That is impressive, yeah.
Other question I was going to ask you, Isaiah Bond, Alabama fans didn't want to see him go. At times, he looked like a clear potential number one guy. I know he dropped a touchdown pass early on, but is he going to be viewed with Texas losing their top 5 wide receivers as the go-to guy early on?
To me, this is the biggest sort of fun fact for Steve Sarkisian. I mean, first world problems. He's got a loaded wide receiver room. Ryan Wingo, the 5-star freshman, put on a show on Saturday. DeAndre Moore is the guy who's probably had the best spring among the returnees. Isaiah Bond been really good, but he's not stood out head and shoulders above Ryan Wingo and DeAndre Moore. This competition will go on into fall camp, and you get Silas Bolden, the leading receiver at Oregon State last year, coming in June, who's kind of a pocket rocket, slot player, super tough, will go over the middle, smaller receiver. But I mean, this is, they're loaded at receiver. Aaron Butler, a kid who, was thinking of going to Alabama. He had an impressive catch in the spring game. It's that Sark doesn't typically. Last year he played only really 3 receivers. He played Worthy, he played A.D. Mitchell, he played Jordan Whittington. Is he going to expand that rotation? Is it going to get to 5? Could it get to 6? That's not really his style. So I think it's going to be fascinating.
Yeah, if I put Isaiah Bond receiving yards over under 499.5 for the season, would you go over or under? I would take the under.
Would you?
Yes.
Wow. I'd probably take the over, but I'm starting to think that Ryan Wingo is going to be the A.D. Mitchell in this in the 2024 receiver group, and it's between Isaiah Bond and Jonte Cook to be the Xavier Worthy receiver this season.
Okay,
Bond had 668 last year.
He did. He had 668 last year in a less crowded receiver room. SEC Media Days 2025. Loser of that bet buys the other a steak, okay? Or a good glass of wine, okay? All right.
Deal.
I'll take the under
499 and a half.
499 and a half. And if you think we're going to remember that, don't wait, remember if he wins.
I'll write it down. Regular season only, 12 games.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Chip Brown is with us, covers Texas and all things college football. Chip Brown 247 on Twitter. Texas fans are most excited about what game? I'm not making this multiple choice for you, Chip. I'm just setting for the audience, setting the table. Texas is at Michigan. Their first SEC game is Mississippi State at Darrell K. Royal. Of course, they've got Oklahoma at the Cotton Bowl. Georgia comes in the week after Oklahoma. They renew the Texas A&M game at Kyle Field. The Longhorn fans are most excited about which game?
I mean, this is why you go to the SEC. I mean, now the Michigan game is going to be – they've never played at Michigan, so the Texas fans who are going to that game are out of their minds. Georgia coming to Austin, Georgia, who's probably the number 1 team in the country. That's got to be up there. They'll never admit that the A&M game is as important as it is after this 13-year separation that they've had, but that will be absolutely bonkers in College Station. If I have to rank it, I'd probably say Georgia.
Yeah.
Coming to Austin, then Michigan, then
yeah, I mean, you got to take
Oklahoma game is so good.
Yeah, you got to
y'all have to go to the Red River Shootout.
Oh,
yeah,
we
talk about it every year.
Yeah. We won't too. But you got to take that off. I mean, that's so important. You got to take that off your ranking.
What, the Red River?
Yeah, Red River. It's a standalone. That's every year. So if you're ranking, you're saying Georgia, Michigan, and then the team you don't want to rank there, A&M, probably in that order.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting because State is the first SEC game. I just wonder what that will that matter? Will there be a lot of hoopla?
No, it'll
around
matter.
that? Yeah.
It'll matter,
Yeah.
especially if Texas is, preseason top 5. I mean, the fans they're super excited about all the players that Sark's brought in. Now that defense needs to show that they can stop the run again without Tavondre Sweat and without Byron Murphy. But yeah, Texas fans are on fire. They're not used to reloading. They're very much used to rebuilding.
We all assume that Texas has probably got the biggest NIL out there. It's hard to identify individuals per school. Like we heard FedEx gave Memphis $25 million. Who is the heavy hitters when it comes to Texas NIL?
They've got a lot because they have like 9 billionaires who contribute to the program, and they're guys you wouldn't, necessarily, they don't jump right to the top of your mind, but a guy like Robert Rowling.
But nine billionaires.
Yeah. Yeah, Robert Rowling, who owns Omni Hotels and Gold's Gym, he's significant. But it's, they do an unbelievable job of tapping into their big money guys. Now, I don't know how long that will, sustain, because everyone says it's unsustainable, but for the short term and right now with the momentum of the program, guys are giving.
So the Omni Hotel owner is a Texas guy. Where are SEC Media Days this year?
I was going to say that, Brent. We're going to be at the Omni Hotel.
They're already running the league, Jim.
In Dallas.
We cannot allow this. They are already trying to run the league.
That does seem like a conflict of interest.
I mean, they're already trying to run the SEC.
But I promise you, I will not go to a Gold's Gym ever again.
I love it.
Hey, so we're less than 81 hours away from the NFL draft. It's going to be in one of your favorite cities, Detroit. What is your connection with Detroit?
So I was born in Henry Ford Hospital in downtown Detroit. We lived in a suburb of Detroit till I was 5, and then we moved to Kalamazoo, Michigan. So the NFL team on our dial every Sunday was the Detroit Lions.
Ouch.
Yeah. On your Spotify, do you have any Eminem or Kid Rock? You see more Kid Rock than Eminem.
He's seen Eminem in Austin, right?
Yeah, I did. I saw him at the ACL Music Festival here, which is another must. Put it on your bucket list every October. But yeah, you look at Bobby Lane. I mean, I'm fascinated by the Bobby Lane curse. Bobby Lane, who played at Texas, got won a couple of world championships and then got traded to the Steelers. And they talked about the 50-year Bobby Lane curse. We're on year 64 of the Bobby Lane.
It went a little over.
Yes.
Yeah.
He is Chip Brown. You can follow him on Twitter at ChipBrown247, at ChipBrown247, part of 24/7 Sports and Horns 247. Always fun talking with you, Chip. It feels like football when we talk with you, man.
Yeah.
I mean, football season never ends.
It
fellas.
never does.
Hey,
we love it.
And by the way, now that you're in the SEC, don't come in here and start telling us about music festivals that happen in October. Nothing happens in October except football in this conference.
I know. Only in Austin. I mean, the Texas-Georgia game is happening the same weekend as F1.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
You're going to have, between 300 and 400,000 people in for F1. Georgia fans are irate. They can't get hotel rooms anywhere near the city of Austin. I don't know what they did to help the Georgia team hotel situation. But yeah, that's craziness. And normally they do F1 a weekend that's an away game. Wow. F1 weekend, the same weekend as Bulldog Nation coming to Austin. It's going to be chaos.
Boy, that is one heck of a Venn diagram crossover. The F1 fan and the Georgia football fan.
It's like a riptide in the Gulf.
I mean, that is going to be a weird combo right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I did not know that, Chip. That sucks. So Georgia fans they're blocked out. San Antonio, is that the option?
Check the Georgia message boards. Yeah, you can go south to New Braunfels, San Marcos, or you can go north toward Waco. You don't need to get that far north, but I'd say go south.
Well, how far is Waco?
Waco's an hour and a half.
Okay.
That's an expensive Uber.
Yeah, it is. Man, that sucks for Georgia fans, though. First time to Austin, you don't get to stay in Austin. I mean, you'd want to stay in Austin.
Yeah, you're going to have to Airbnb it.
Is the F1 on Sunday?
F1 is, it's all 3 days. You got practice, then you got qualifying, then you got the race.
Yeah.
But the race is on Sunday, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a heck of a double, though.
When is South by Southwest?
South by Southwest is in March.
Okay, good.
And then you've got the ACL Music Festival, which is
September,
also
right?
In October.
You guys got to clear up October.
Yeah, it's way too busy in October.
You're going to be in the league.
Yeah.
I bet you guys get married in September and October, too, don't you?
There's no weddings in Austin.
Yeah.
Never.
All right.
Thank you, Chip. Have a great week.
All right, fellas, anytime.
All right, Chip Brown with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. I was unaware of that storyline. The Georgia fans, I did not know that was a crossover there.
Me either.
That sucks.
Yeah, because when it came to even Vegas is probably the most hotel-friendly city we've got.
Yeah.
Rooms were really, really difficult.
F1 almost shut them down, yeah.
Walker says Austin is a blank hole. No, it's not. Great
You've
city.
been there, huh?
Yeah.
And I've been, but it's been a while since I've been, but I had a great time when I was in Austin.
Now, I got a good friend that lives there, and he says that it has undergone a significant change over the last 5 years.
Yeah.
A lot of import.
Yep.
Well, that's happening.
A lot of California.
Yeah.
All right. Show being brought to you by Dr. B. Forrester, after LT tells us about Dr. B, can you throw me the Texas schedule as soon as you can up there? I want to take a look because we'll see how I've landmined myself here with Texas's schedule. I know they play Michigan in week 2. Is there a chance Isaiah Bond gets 499.5 yards in the opener?
Yeah, I was going to ask you, can I get some of that? Our friend Dr. B, I saw 2 guys this past week that I had conversations with that I needed to say something. I just didn't feel like I was close enough to them to say something. But if you've got a good friend, boyfriend, husband, they're starting to thin out a little bit, Dr. Beckenstein is the guy they need to go see. When I first went to see Dr. B, hair was really thinning out. I do that non-invasive treatment on the couch 3 times, 30 minutes each time a week. That's it. My hair has more than doubled in thickness. For more than 20 years, women and men have turned to Dr. Beckenstein for a range of cosmetic and reconstructive procedures. He will use that experience, his advanced training, and genetic testing to help his patients fully understand the procedures they are considering. Call Dr. B today, 205-319-0316 or T3hair.net.
So Isaiah Bond just needs 5 100-yard receiving games to Colorado State in the opener, then at Michigan, UTSA, Louisiana Monroe, Mississippi State. Then the schedule gets good. There's a Vanderbilt game.
Well, it's a road game. He's got to do it on the road.
I just believe that it's a crowded room, man.
Yeah.
Crowded room. And those receiving yards, the passing yards for a quarterback stack up no matter who you're throwing it to. And Sark is a guy that if he's not a top 3 guy, he's not in the rotation as much as some other coaches. And I sort of like that philosophy because if you're a quarterback, there's so much nuance to, it's not just a down and out, right? It's not just a crossing patterns. There's so many nuances on leverage and everything where you're going, and the quarterback and the receiver have to be on the same page. That's why Sark likes to not go deep on your rotation at receivers. If he's not top 3, top 4, top 5 guy, I don't know how many touches he'll get.
I don't know how he won't be because Chip thinks their number one's going to be a true freshman, and a lot of these guys just don't have experience. Isaiah Bond's got experience.
He does. Had how much at Alabama last year?
668. I just
would he have been the number 1 receiver last year? You think
for Texas?
For Alabama?
Oh, for Alabama, no.
No, Jermaine Burton.
Jermaine Burton was at 800, 798. Bond was at 668. Burton was at 798.
Yeah, look, and I don't think Bond's ever going to be a dominant guy. Some people disagree with that. We'll see. But I would take the over 499.
I know Worthy was your leader yardage-wise at Texas.
He was over 1,000.
Yeah,
and Donnie Mitchell was 2.
I was going to see where A.D. Mitchell came in, Lance, because I don't know the yardage.
Mitchell, at least by the projections I have seen, is going to go before Xavier Worthy in the draft.
A.D. Mitchell had 845. Worthy was at 1014. So he went over 1,000. Mitchell was at 845. Your third receiver was at 682, and Jordan Whittington was at 505. So they had 4 guys that would have won Chip State last year.
But 505, you're getting close at the 4
you
guy
are,
there.
at the number 4.
That was a really good receiving room. I don't think Isaiah Bond at best would have been number 4 guy in that, right?
In that one, yeah. But all those guys are going to the NFL.
All right, a little conversation about Texas there, and they are off to the big noon kickoff in week 2 there, Texas and Michigan. When's Alabama and Wisconsin? Is that week 3?
That's week 4, I believe.
Week 4, okay.
We probably, doing this on the fly, we probably need to go on and look into Airbnb or rooms.
Where, in Madison?
Yeah.
You think it's going to be that crazy?
I mean, I think Alabama fans are going to take an opportunity to go somewhere they've never been.
So you really think we're doing that trip? We're going?
Do I think?
Yeah.
It's week 3, by the
Yeah.
way, September 14th.
Yeah.
I mean, I had planned on going.
I'm 100% going to be there.
Yeah,
It's
I
gonna
think we
be-
should do it. And I just don't. I would assume there's not a lot of hotels in Madison.
I don't know. It's
It's a pretty big
capital
town.
city.
Pretty big town.
You know, normally, when you're a capital city, you got plenty of hotels. A lot of business gets done there.
How many hotel rooms do we have in Montgomery?
Not a lot.
I don't know, but I'd say Madison's a slightly larger city than Montgomery.
I would say a lot larger. I'd put Madison.
I bet Madison is 700,000.
Do you think week 4, when Texas goes to Vandy, they'll take over Vandy Stadium the way? I mean, is that like a desired road trip? You
Yeah.
think to go to Nashville?
Yeah, I mean,
like when Alabama and Auburn and Tennessee and Georgia play up there, it's
that's
all
but that's an
Alabama.
easy
It's
drive,
an easy
right?
drive, but
Yeah.
they take over the entire stadium.
I don't know.
I just
Depends
wonder if
on what-
Texas fans will do that too.
Depends on what
Population
music-
272,000.
That's in the city limits, much like Birmingham, about 272,000.
Say hotels are a problem.
I would tell you that depends if there's a music festival that weekend in Austin.
There's always a music festival in Nashville.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, quick break here. When we come back, we will get to 4 downs. We'll get back to one big topic facing college athletics, this transfer portal, both football and basketball, sort of a new age thing that could be coming to a school near you. If you're looking for a school for your son or daughter, make it the University of Montevallo. Great institution here in our area, Montevallo. Find out why you belong at Montevallo by scheduling an in-person tour, montevallo.edu. Montevallo.edu. Just saw the beautiful new theater department. If you're watching at one of our video platforms right now, 23 NCAA Division II fully funded scholarship sports, including a national championship winning fishing program, lacrosse and baseball, softball, you name it. They got it at Montevallo, montevallo.edu. Check it out online, schedule an in-person tour, and enjoy your trip to Motown.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
There is no better place to watch your favorite sporting events and enjoy great food than one of the 3 great Birmingham locations of Walk-Ons. The TVs are everywhere with your favorite sports, and the menu is second to none. From the great appetizers like the waffle cheese fries to the Avery Island salad, handhelds like the all-new chicken bomber, bistro specialties with a special taste of the bayou, the amazing hand-patty burgers, the great po' boys, and the specialty drinks. Visit any of the 3 great Birmingham locations of Walk-Ons: Greystone, Stadium Trace and Hoover, and the brand new location in Trussville.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
Hey, you. Days warming up. Looking like spring. And at New Balance Birmingham, we've got the thing. What pops and what's fresh? Check the selects. Come together at New Balance Birmingham on Highway 280, right next to Chick-fil-A. New Balance Birmingham, we got now.
The road to the Indy 500 runs through Birmingham, April 26th through 28th. The fastest IndyCar drivers in the world, Castroneves, Dixon, and Newgarden, will put their skills to the test with one goal in mind: victory. Witness country music superstar Riley Green as Grand Marshal give the most iconic command in racing. Start your engine! Medical Properties Trust presents the Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix powered by Amherst at the Barber Motorsports Park. Tickets are selling fast. Get yours now.
The wait is over. Tonali has arrived. Beautifully distinctive Italian styling and performance. Come test drive the all-new 2024 Alfa Romeo Tonali plug-in hybrid at Alfa Romeo of Birmingham. The all-new Tonali offers best-in-class horsepower and torque, fastest 0 to 60 times in its class, plus best-in-class range with full electric charge. And best of all, qualified Tonali leasees are eligible for up to $7,500 EV tax credit factored into your lease. Hurry down to Alfa Romeo of Birmingham and experience the all-new Tonali.
Back with you in the next round. A Rockstar Cut 2 while we got Texas on our mind here. Steve Sarkisian on Arch Manning. If you didn't pay attention, if you were caught up doing something else, 19 of 25, 355, and 3 touchdowns. But I wasn't being a homer there, non-Texas guy when I said if you watch the highlights, I didn't watch the game, but if you watch the highlights, those touchdown passes he threw, there wasn't a guy in the secondary anywhere close to those guys. I don't know how good those throws were. There was nobody within 15 yards.
Was that their number 2? Was it 2s on 2s? Do you know?
I have no clue. I
think
just
that's
know,
the way they roll now most of the time.
I just know whoever they were throwing to, there was nobody. I mean, I'm all for Arch Manning. Love me some Manning family. They're fantastic. But it's a spring game. I trust that he's doing great things in practice and stuff. But just because he was 19 of 25, 355 with 3 touchdowns in that game against that secondary.
But again, it's just like Chip said, showing progression from where he was last year to where he is now. And he seems very comfortable sitting another year.
Doesn't surprise anybody that he is comfortable in the pocket or on the bench there waiting his turn. Very smart kid. Here's Sark, what he saw from Arch Manning.
The biggest thing I saw from Arch was something that we kind of really harped on with him about a week and a half ago, about just dialing into, playing the play, keeping your eyes up. I think I talked about this last week. When he gets himself in trouble at times at quarterback is when he relies on his athleticism, which he has a ton of, and he can do. And there's times today I blew the whistle on him. I don't know if he was really happy with me that I blew it, but he's non-contact. But when he keeps his eyes up and steps up in the pocket, and he can deliver those balls down the field the way we like to play. And so it was good to see, and it was good to see some of the guys around him, play with him the way that they did.
Yeah, Sark, after a big Texas spring game there, the show being brought to you by Storm Restoration Roofing. Greg from Pell City, Greg Nelson, is the guy. He and his wife own the company. It's been locally owned for over 20 years. He wants to do something for you today to help you in your home. He wants to get on your roof. Is that Greg walking out there? Little AI Greg celebrating there at the old festival, music festival, the Next Round Music Festival. Greg not only will get on that stage, he'll get on your roof absolutely free for a free, no cost, no obligation roof inspection. All you have to do is call 205-542-3531. 205-542-3531. A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau, great insurance that covers the work. He'll repair storm damage, and if your roof ages out, he'll replace that too. He does it all. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
The Arch reaction in the chat room, Royal Payne, I'm really glad the Manning circus didn't come to Tuscaloosa. I don't know what they've done to make it a circus. I think all he's done is gone and he hasn't caused an issue about the fact that he's not going to be a starter for 2 years.
Not at all.
I haven't seen any conversation at all. He is one of the least talked about high-profile quarterbacks. With that name.
Yeah.
And they haven't interfered at all, it doesn't seem like.
You touched on something earlier. You think about anything that, any of the Mannings have done or anything Arch has said. Now compare that to Caleb Williams' comments that he was surprised that when he got to Oklahoma, he wasn't named the starter instantly ahead of Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, Spencer Rattler, who had been pretty good for them, by the way. Yeah, Caleb Williams, the more he talks, the less I like him, to be honest with you. Arch has done none of that. And in fact, as we just talked about with Chip, a lot of families, and I wouldn't blame them in this world, would have left the door open on the transfer portal. And a game like he had in that spring game, there are no good quarterbacks. Jaden Rashad is the best quarterback in the portal. How valuable would Arch Manning be? Now, he couldn't go to an SEC school, but he could go to a lot of places right now if he wanted to hit the portal.
Yeah.
I really wonder how good he is.
And to your point, the Mannings came out even after this game. He is a Texas guy. He's okay for sitting another year.
We have committed to Texas. He is going to honor his commitment. That's where he's coming to. I don't view it as a circus. I mean, there's a natural circus around the Manning name, but they can't be blamed for that. All they've done is
that's us in the media and the fans.
I know, and that's only because their dad is an SEC legend, or the patriarch of the family is an SEC legend and a former NFL quarterback. Two of his sons are SEC legends and very successful quarterbacks that are very visible in ESPN now.
That's right.
I mean, Arch has nothing to do with any of that.
It's just the name. I mean, wait till Tiger Woods' kid starts playing golf, right?
I mean, the kid's already playing golf on TV. I mean, Charlie Woods is a big deal when he shows up at places.
Absolutely. Okay. So the portal is open. You mentioned Jaden Rashada. He will visit Georgia April 30th and May 1st. We already knew that when we left work on Friday. What we may not have seen over the weekend is there's two other schools that likely could get a visit from Rashada. The last one was Mississippi State. It's not a perfectly straight line, but if you draw a line on a map,
does it go from Tempe through Starkville to Gainesville?
No, it's Tempe to Athens, Auburn, Alabama to Starkville. It looks like Auburn could get a visit from Jaden Rashada.
Well, I will say this.
Speaking of a circus,
Hugh Freeze has been very patient and seemingly loyal to Peyton Thorne. There have been no quarterbacks coming out of the portal with the idea of replacing Peyton Thorne to this point. I
thought early on that Hugh should have gone after quarterback, but now that Peyton Thorne's been a two-time offender on the next round, I'm probably making a good decision. Now we're pulling for this kid.
All of a sudden you're Dunaway. He knows your name now.
We've spun around.
He knows your name now.
He doesn't know my name still. But
I won't deny it. You come on and you give us a little love, do good interviews on the show. We're going to become fans of you. I am never going to deny that.
I get saddled with that a lot, but yes, that is true.
I've admitted to it before. I remember Wimp getting all pissed at me for saying I like Tom Crean. And Wimp yelling at me about him having to do something better than being a good guest on your show. Tom Crean was a great guest on our show, and I became a Tom Crean fan because of it. What Jaden Rashada, odds of him starting in front of Peyton Thorne would be what?
Oh, I think it'd be even money.
Even money. This is a guy that last year for Arizona State
but just remember this real quick. He only got, I think, 4 starts.
He got 3, played in 3 games.
Started 2 games.
Played in 3, started 2. 44 of 82, 485, 4 touchdowns, 3 picks.
Had 1 good game.
Yeah, I would say this. If Hugh was to go out and get a Rashada, then that would show me that he's not 100% comfortable with Peyton Thorne. He hasn't shown any signs that he's not comfortable with Peyton Thorne.
Is this fair? We don't know if Jaden Rashada is any good yet or not.
We do not.
Yeah,
I mean, he's played in 3 games at Arizona State.
I just said about Arch Manning. We really don't know how good he is.
And Jim, you said he had 1 good game. That was 18 of 31, 236, 2 touchdowns against
Fresno State.
Southern Utah. So against Oak State, who was ranked at the time, 16 of 29, 167, a touchdown and a pick. And then against Arizona in the Territorial Cup, who was also ranked at the time, 10 of 22, 82 yards, a touchdown and 2 picks. So against the competition he played, he was not great.
Yeah.
But there again, I mean, those are his first starts. I mean, he's learning on the fly.
Bobby, I don't want Rashada anywhere near Auburn. I would almost agree with him here. I mean, I guess there's potential there that had him getting a bogus $13 million offer from Florida, and then he went to Arizona State.
Yeah, that is one of the more, literally unbelievable offers.
Yep. And we said that when he got it. We'll see what Rashada becomes, but we always go, who else is looking at you? Well, Georgia's interested in him coming in and being a backup. And
that looked automatic, actually. I mean, when he first hit the portal, weren't the immediate reports he's hit the portal, he's going to Georgia? I mean, it looked like almost an automatic at that time.
He visits on April 30th and May 1st. The portal closes on April 30th, but you don't have to be committed by April 30th. You just have to have your name in the portal by April 30th. Obviously, his name is there, so he doesn't have to have a commitment in the next 8 days. He can carry that as long as he wants to. All right, show being brought to you by our friends right there at johnsonrvcenter.com. Before we do 4 downs, thank you to Nick Johnson and everybody at johnsonrvcenter.com, Brownie.
They had us an entire RV out there at Talladega, an entire RV for us, and we can't thank them enough. We had a great time out there. If you want to see what we always talk about at Johnston RV, do it now. I-65 exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur. They've repriced everything on both lots. They are so confident in how low their prices are that they'll beat any price nationwide. That's a nationwide guarantee on a comparable RV. All you do is bring them the price. Also, those of you that have served in the military or are currently serving, they agree with us on this show that you've made America the greatest country in the universe. No questions asked about it. That's due to the United States veteran. Active duty and veterans receive a great discount. Find out more. I-65 exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur. Always online, johnstonrvcenter.com.
All right. Slice brings us our 4 downs. LT will tell you about the great folks at Slice at the end right here, but we always start with
first down.
Okay, if I asked you guys who plays for a national championship first, Steve Sarkisian in Texas or any of the former Big 12 teams from this past year?
Steve Sarkisian any of the former Big 12 teams from this past year.
Yeah, so like you would throw TCU into the mix. You would throw Oklahoma.
Yeah.
You would throw Oak State, Kansas State.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm still going to go
Baylor,
Sark.
Houston.
Sark's got the better odds of all of those.
I'll go Sark. I was going to ask Chip if he agreed with me. I think Texas starts preseason AP poll number 3 in the country. Do you guys think that as well?
I think it's definitely top 5.
Georgia, Ohio State, Texas in your mind?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably right.
Yeah, I think that's probably right. I think Georgia, Ohio State, Texas, and then you get to the group that includes Oregon and Alabama. Who else is going to be in that group? USC, is that too high for USC?
Way too high. Way too high. Yeah.
Who else from the Big Ten?
Michigan may be getting some love there,
too
but
high
it's
for
way
them,
too
too.
high in my opinion.
Yeah, I think Ohio State and Oregon are the only ones.
Yeah.
Alabama and Oregon.
Penn
yeah.
State won't be up that high.
You'll have some look at Ole Miss. You'll have some look at
LSU.
Ole Miss will be top 10.
They'll be top 10. But I think, when you're talking top 5, I think about everybody I throw out, you're going to go, that's way too high. So
yeah, it will not shock me if it's Georgia, Ohio State, Texas, Alabama, Oregon.
Yeah. I think Alabama, Oregon's interesting as to what order. I could see in either order with those two. But I think that's going to be your top 5. And I think the answer to your question is Texas.
Second down.
Just because I'm hungry, I'm going to ask this. If you could have one of the two right now, chicken and waffles done the right way or really thin crust pizza?
What is the right way for chicken and waffles in your mind?
Well, it's got to be off the bone to me.
I kind of like a chicken finger better than I do a piece of chicken.
I do, and I I think it's got to be proportional to the waffle.
I want to eat chicken and waffles with a fork and knife. I don't want to pick up the chicken. That's Yep. That's I know you groaned at that, Jim, and I do think the original traditional way of doing it is on the bone chicken.
Yeah.
But we used to light rooms with candles too, and now we have electricity. So,
but a chicken finger dries out so much.
Not if it's done right.
And not if you got a bunch of syrup on it.
Yeah.
Which I do on chicken and waffles.
Listen, I like a waffle, and I like chicken. I don't necessarily love them together. I don't hate them either. If I have to choose, but I always ask, why do we have to choose between those two? I like them both.
Right.
But I like thin sliced pizza.
Well, I guess it kind of I don't know about you guys. Waffle is always going to, you're always going to associate that with breakfast. But chicken and waffles now always just seems breakfast brunch. Now that we roll into 11 o'clock, I want lunch. So I would go really thin crust
I tell you,
pizza.
chicken and waffles is it's very filling because there is a lot of bread in that. A lot of bread on the chicken, a lot of bread on the waffle. It's a very filling meal.
So's pizza.
Yeah, but I feel less full after eating pizza than I do chicken and waffles. When I eat chicken and waffles, I just feel kind of miserable, to be honest with
As
you.
I've said many times, but I'm a big boy. Slice brings you this segment. I can eat a whole sliced pizza.
Oh, absolutely, I can.
Yeah, no, I think I could.
But I don't
the right
feel wiped out.
circumstances.
I don't feel
know.
wiped out when I do it.
I could eat a whole sliced pizza and still put up my best 40 time.
So I got some last weekend. Didn't want to get off the couch, so got an old school delivery pizza.
Yeah.
And did the really thin crust and just got kind of crazy and experimental on the toppings. And it was really good.
The thing I like about Slice's thin crust is it's thin crust that's still crunchy. A lot of times you get thin crust and it allows the grease and all to seep through, and then you just got floppy and it's falling all over the place.
That's the best thing about Slice is the crust.
Yeah. It's the, to me, it's like we took the New York pizza and then we made it Southern and better.
Yeah. So like the pizzas that your boy Portnoy does the breakdown of, none of them ever look any good to me.
When it's floppy.
Well,
He
no,
doesn't
they
even
just,
like the floppy
No,
ones.
I'm saying any of them. None of it's just cheese pizza.
Well,
It's like I'm not a
pizza's-
3-year-old.
It's good.
Well, yeah, but I'm not 3 or a rock star.
I guess you got to have some consistency if you're doing
It's
a test like
yes,
that.
you're doing. I want the most basic thing. Everybody, a cheese pizza. You should. Nobody. If you're a pizza joint, you should be able to do a cheese pizza.
I still think New York pizza looks overrated to me.
Yeah, I think he does it the right way because everybody's on the even playing field.
That's right.
Third down.
Marshawn Lynch, 38 today, one of the best personalities that I've ever seen. At least, I mean, just seems like such a fun dude.
Is it also the day that Skittles was event? Is that ironic? Did I read somewhere today Skittles was introduced to the?
I don't
I'll
know.
look it up, Jim.
That would be a little irony because I heard over the weekend that you can't get a donut in Seattle without Skittles on it because of Marshawn, which sounds
that?
really disgusting. Anyway, I was going to ask you who had the better former Cal Bear career, Marshawn Lynch or Deshaun Jackson?
Thought you were going to go Aaron Rodgers there. Gosh, that's a tough one. Deshaun Jackson, for a minute, was the top receiver in the NFL.
Oh, he was right there.
And
He
a
was
feared return man.
Yeah.
Do you remember the return against the Giants when Tom Coughlin eviscerated the Giants punter for punting to him?
It would cost him the postseason.
It was a walk-off win on a punt
It was
return. You almost never
incredible.
see that.
But
Do you remember Tennessee, great Tennessee team, and Cal, and that pass
home
to
and home.
Deshaun Jackson
Yeah.
on the sideline, and he outran all the SEC speed.
Deshaun Jackson was incredible. Yeah.
So the numbers, Deshaun, are going to be much better. Now, Marshawn did win a Super Bowl.
He did.
Should have won 2 if they would have given him the ball.
Yep.
That period in time, he was one of the best offensive weapons in the league, if not the best.
Did he have the earthquake run against Roman and the Saints? Was it that Marshawn
Yeah,
Lynch too?
it was.
Yeah.
I would say just the
I'm gonna
career.
go Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, I would say the career Deshaun, but just because of the personality, now he's doing. What was the ridiculous role he had in the crime, the comedy?
Will Arnett is great. It's a Netflix. Can't remember what it was, but they don't give you the script. It's all ad lib. Like you
It
walk
was
in.
so good.
Marshawn was one of the guests, and Conan's one of you're a detective, and you have to solve it with Will Arnett. He's in character.
Yeah.
But the Marshawn, I've watched it like 3
He
times.
has to be
Incredible.
a poker dealer.
Speaking of Will Arnett, my wife and I, Jennifer and I, started watching Arrested Development.
It's a great show.
It is so fantastic. I
Joe-
missed it the first time through. We were looking for anything we could enjoy watching together. And I said, I like Jason Bateman. Let's give this a try. The pilot had like 15 laugh-out-loud moments. Normally a pilot is like slow character development. They just dive right in. That show is fantastic.
You did guys.
Has he gone to prison yet?
Yeah, it's in the first episode or second episode.
You
Yeah.
guys
always
didn't want
money
to do
in the
Baby
banana.
Reindeer?
We did not do Baby Reindeer. A lot of talk about that. Yeah.
There's always money in the banana stand.
Always
money
money.
in the
down.
$250,000 in the wall.
Jack Nicholson, 87 today. I've always wanted to ask this: Jack Nicholson, better career.
Nicholas is, depending on who you talk to, either the greatest golfer or the second greatest golfer of all time. Do you think anybody considers Nicholson the best actor or second best actor of all time? And,
Yeah, I mean,
that's why there's a debate. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack Nicklaus is my answer here. I love Jack Nicholson.
I was wondering when I was doing this last night at 87. That's a guy that, after The Departed, his final film, you never saw him again at sporting events. Like I just wonder how bad a shape he's in.
Well, photos have leaked out, unfortunately, of Gene Hackman. I'm sure Rockstar has seen these. And he's 90-something now.
Oh, he retired from acting. Like he just wanted out of the limelight.
Yeah,
and
but
the thing with Jack Nicholson, he's like,
Yeah.
I can't memorize lines anymore. I'm getting old. I don't want to do it anymore.
I mean, I know it's probably taboo to say this because his role in, I don't know if it's taboo or not, but his role in A Few Good Men, to me, is the pinnacle of his acting.
So good.
I mean, I know you're probably going to say The Shining.
No, I don't know if I'd go The Shining. I mean, he was great in The Departed. He was great in Chinatown. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, probably, and I watched that again recently. The last couple of months, it's on Netflix. That was probably his bar.
He was even really good when he was the quirky guy with the Helen Hunt in that romantic comedy.
As good as it gets. Yeah, he was good at that. Somebody pointed out in the chat room, 5 Easy Pieces. I doubt you guys have seen it. I saw it in film school. It's really good. That was early Jack. Easy Rider.
That's a tough call, man. Tough call. Yeah. I think I'll go Jack Nicklaus, but I am not. I'm not going to die on that hill.
I'll go Nicholson just to be a little different.
Okay, that is Four Downs brought to you by our friends at Slice.
Yeah, 5 great locations, the original in Lakeview, Vestavia, Montevallo, Crestline Park, and now the newest location in Edgewood. Get in and see the Bajaya brothers, created by the late Jeff. His brothers continue to celebrate his legacy, Jason and Chris. Local pizza, local ingredients. Get a slice and a salad today. For more information, slicebirmingham.com.
Some of you saying Arrested Development easily a top 5 comedy of all time. Some of you saying Arrested Development is a show you can rewatch over and over again and find new things to laugh about.
I've always meant to watch it, and I just haven't yet.
You never watched it one time?
I've never seen an episode.
It's so many good.
And I like Jeffrey Tambor. I love Jason Bateman.
He's fantastic.
I've made it through only the first season.
Michael Cera, David Cross,
Portia de Rossi is hilarious.
David Cross underrated.
Yeah, so good.
I blew myself.
But the Banana Stand was really crazy.
It's very
I
early.
will go back. Is that on Netflix now?
Yeah.
I'll go back and watch starting in season 2. But this will be the summer of Arrested Development here on the
there
show.
we go.
And for EG and several others up here, Taylor, maybe never seen it at all. Don't even know what we're talking about. When we come back, more college football as we roll on, and we'll start at the 11 o'clock hour with what could be a new trend in college sports, something we'll have to get used to. That's still to come on the next round.
Call the next round now at 205-734-0923.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the next round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
The wait is over. Tonali has arrived. Beautifully distinctive Italian styling and performance. Come test drive the all-new 2024 Alfa Romeo Tonali plug-in hybrid at Alfa Romeo of Birmingham. The all-new Tonali offers best-in-class horsepower and torque, fastest 0 to 60 times in its class, plus best-in-class range with full electric charge. And best of all, qualified Tonali leasees are eligible for up to $7,500 EV tax credit factored into your lease. Hurry down to Alfa Romeo of Birmingham and experience the all-new Tonali.
Golf season is here, and if you're looking for a great golf course with affordable rates, you need to check out the newly renovated Woodward Golf Club. Woodward Golf Club is a semi-private club with membership opportunities available, but is also open to the public. You can book tee times online at this hidden gem by going to golfwoodward.com. For only $195 per month, you can enjoy unlimited golf 7 days a week. Membership includes discounted cart fees, unlimited range balls, and the use of our practice facilities. For more information on memberships and the course, check us out online at golfwoodward.com.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
The road to the Indy 500 runs through Birmingham, April 26th through 28th. The fastest IndyCar drivers in the world, Castroneves, Dixon, and Newgarden, will put their skills to the test with one goal in mind: victory. Witness country music superstar Riley Green as Grand Marshal give the most iconic command in racing. Start your engine! Medical Properties Trust presents the Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix powered by Amherst at the Barber Motorsports Park. Tickets are selling fast. Get yours now.
Logan Martin Lake Fest and Boat Show presented by Amherst coming up May 12th through the 14th on Logan Martin Lake in Pell City. Free public admission. It's Bama's biggest in-water boat show. Over 100 boats and vehicles on display. Vendors, food trucks, live music all weekend long. Fireworks show on Friday night. And how about this? Free Velcro Pygmies concert coming up on Saturday. Mother's Day is Sunday. They're going to take care of mom with free mimosas all day on Sunday. For more information for this incredible event, go online, LoganMartinLakeFest.com.
Back with you on the next round. I love all the chat going on over there. We appreciate you guys so much participating as we roll in for Auburn over the weekend. They pick up Indiana's edge rusher. People talking about like this was a big need for Auburn going into the season football-wise. Philip, I'm going to go Blighty here. I hope that's right. Edge rusher. Everyone was looking for a little help off the edge defensively, so he's going to come to Auburn there. Had a really good run there at Indiana last year. They did lose Jay Fair to the portal, which I think is a sign of the receiving room improving that much, right, where Fair would hit the exit door. Keandre Lambert-Smith, the Penn State guy, enjoyed his visit, he says, to Auburn. Very high on them as he exited Auburn after that visit over the weekend. Stallions win as well. They're now 4-0 in the UFL. They go back on the road after 2 home games. That Skip Holtz can coach there.
He can. I saw people in the chat room discussing what we discussed the other day. Is Skip Holtz going to get an NFL job out of this? I wonder on a coordinator level if he could.
Yeah, that's what we said last week.
Yeah.
Would he be a coordinator? That's Ramiz. He hit the big game winner there in the downpour, 20-18. They win that game. The show being brought to you today by our friends at Woodhouse Day Spa. LT, tell us about Woodhouse. A chance to, well, Mother's Day is coming up. A chance to just save your hide.
Yeah, look, Mother's Day is coming up, as you mentioned, Dunaway. Treat mom to the gift of luxury from our friends at the Woodhouse Day Spa. Voted America's best day spa since 2009. Conveniently located right there at the Summit Shopping Centers. Go see Stuart and that great staff. And you can choose from a menu of over 70 options, including massages, body treatment, skincare, waxing, nail services. You can order that special person gift online. Go to birmingham.woodhousespas.com, or again, just stop in, see Stuart and that great staff located at the Summit Shopping Centers. Make sure you tell them the Next Round sent you.
And our friends at Hemp Hill, which bring you the best and worst of the weekend every Monday on the show. And they also can keep everything running and flowing right in your house, whether it's the heat in the wintertime or rare April weekends like this one we just had, or the summer heat that's coming. They can come out and give you a checkup, and also plumbing as well. Remember the name Hemp Hill. Hemp Hill Services, 205-229-2090. Whether you experience plumbing, heating, or cooling issues, they take care of your home right there. 205-229-2090. It's our friends at Hemp Hill Services. My worst of the weekend is cut number 3, Cormani McClain. On Instagram.
He's leaving Prime.
He's leaving Oklahoma.
No, he's leaving Colorado.
Colorado, excuse me, to go somewhere else. Where did he end up going? Was it USC?
There were rumors he was going to USC.
No, it was between USC and, but I think he's still.
I think he's still portable.
But it's between USC and one other.
Okay, my worst of the weekend is the wallpaper behind.
It's pretty bad. Yeah.
Can we just get that shot?
That's pretty bad.
I don't know where he's doing this from.
You say what you want. He got a couple of rams on the bottom of that mushroom with flames coming out of them.
Is that rams?
That's rams.
Yeah. Okay, I did notice that. I just saw I thought it was. I didn't know what it was, to be honest with you.
It looks like something you would see at the Grand Bohemian
Yeah,
if they
I
turned
agree.
it to purple.
I agree.
So on Instagram, he makes this shot right here at the school he's leaving.
First question, what are some things you're looking forward to at your next place? What are some things you're looking forward to at your next place? I'm just ready to bring the old version of me out and change the narrative of everyone's thinking on my name. Be a part of a real and a great program that's going to impact me at my best ability. And yeah, ready to get to a new place and get to work. I feel like I just don't want to play for the Clicks. I actually want to be involved with a great leading program that's going to develop players. Everything is in God's hands right now. You know, I'm just ready to get to a new home and get to work.
So you're saying that when he says a great program, not in it for the clicks and all that, that's a direct shot at Prime.
How's it not? I want to play for a program that has great leadership. I don't want to play for clicks.
Look, I do
That was
think
a Dan Lanning quote, by the way. I assume Oregon's probably in the mix.
Seems like Colorado's taking on a lot of water, but they gave you an opportunity. You decided to go there. It didn't work out. There's no reason to take the shots.
I mean, it does. I do hate to see that. The old burnt bridges behind you.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
It's really, there's not a, you don't have to tell everybody everything.
And
right?
especially if you feel like you're going to a better situation for you and your family. Look, be grateful for the opportunity you've got. Hey, I appreciate all the Colorado fans. You don't even have to recognize the coaches. I appreciate the program. I appreciate the fans. I enjoyed my time in Boulder, but it just wasn't a great fit for me. I've got another opportunity. I'm taking it. Thank you. God bless.
And that gets us to the conversation we're going to have at the top of the hour about the new generation of transfer portal that we have. Aiden Holloway sort of surprised everybody. How can you go from Auburn to Alabama? We'll talk about that when we come back on the show, and we'll get to that. NBA playoffs continue tonight. 3 more games tonight. It was pretty boring over the weekend. 8-0 with the home team. 6 of those were double-digit wins. You had a big weekend at Lance'sLock.com.
Yeah, we're coming off of 6-0 yesterday. By the way, we're 6-1 in the UFL.
Oh, that's weird.
We've started to,
what a weird niche you got there.
Get after that a little bit. But, yeah, the playoffs have been really good up until this point. We've got a game up right now available tonight, so jump on board. The thing that stood out to me was watching a shorthanded Bucks team yesterday against the Pacers. And I heard Barkley.
Pacers were a road favorite in that game, were they?
They
not?
were, yeah, -1.5, and we had the Bucks. And Damian Lillard was – so he scores 35 in the first half, or 35 in the first half. Didn't score in the second half, but they could not guard him in the first half. It was crazy.
And he had the great quote afterwards because he'd missed the playoffs the last couple of years. And he says, last couple of years, I've been at Coachella this time of year. I didn't like it. I finally got to play postseason again.
That's pretty good.
Look, and Giannis hasn't played since, I think, April 9th because of the calf strain. They're not going to be able, with Doc Rivers coaching, to make a big run without Giannis. But Dame Lillard's a guy that can carry him through this first round.
Tonight you get the Clippers against it's Orlando and Cleveland tonight. Then you get Philadelphia and the Knicks on TNT, and then it's the Lakers and the Nuggets tonight. Big game for the Lakers to try to steal one in Denver to not go 2 down to the defending champs. That's the NBA tonight. Doubleheader on TNT for those second 2 games I told you about afterwards. Orlando and Cleveland. The first game is on NBA TV if you're looking for that. When we come back, what to make of Aiden Holloway transferring between rivals, and is it the first of many to come? And a lot more college football news on the other side of that. This is the Next Round, being brought to you by our friends at Gutter Cap. LT, tell us about C. Stu and the great offer he has.
Yeah, cap it, don't snap it. My man, Chris Stewart, will come out and give you an absolutely free estimate. Gutter Cap is a patent aluminum cover system. It fits over most existing gutters. It will keep all the debris out. It's a dirty, dangerous job. Last thing you want to do is get on the roof. You slip, you fall, you snap the neck and die. No good to the wife or kids. 205-823-2212 or guttercapbirmingham.com. Cap it, don't snap it. 45% off the retail price.
Follow John Lunsford on Twitter @JLuntz.
This hour of the Next Round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
Golf season is here, and if you're looking for a great golf course with affordable rates, you need to check out the newly renovated Woodward Golf Club. Woodward Golf Club is a semi-private club with membership opportunities available, but is also open to the public. You can book tee times online at this hidden gem by going to golfwoodward.com. For only $195 per month, you can enjoy unlimited golf 7 days a week. Membership includes discounted cart fees, unlimited range balls, and the use of our practice facilities. For more information on memberships and the course, check us out online at golfwoodward.com.
The road to the Indy 500 runs through Birmingham, April 26th through 28th. The fastest IndyCar drivers in the world, Castroneves, Dixon, and Newgarden, will put their skills to the test with one goal in mind: victory. Witness country music superstar Riley Green as Grand Marshal give the most iconic command in racing. Start your engine! Medical Properties Trust presents the Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix, powered by AmFirst, at the Barber Motorsports Park. Tickets are selling fast. Get yours now.
You got to look your best to play your best, and our friends at Bandwagon can help your team find the perfect uniforms for that upcoming season. Bandwagon is with you every step of the way, from developing your team logo design to choosing from their multitude of samples. You name the sport, they can make it happen. To get your uniform journey started, you can shoot them a message on any social media platform or check out their website, bandwagonsports.com. That's bandwagonsports.com. Next Round listeners, it's time to jump on the bandwagon.
Fire damage to your home or business is something you never want to consider. Ryan Brown here from the Next Round. But in the horrible event it happens, Dry Tech is here to help. They respond quickly and will reply to you within 20 minutes when you call 205-637-0143. They're working for you, the customer, not the insurance company. They've got 5 crews ready to go 24/7. Don't call the insurance company first. Call Dry Tech. Just remember this website, mydrytech.com. That is mydrytech.com.
Start your day online with our website, nextroundlive.com, for the latest videos, podcasts, and college football stories. It's also a great way to stream the show or shop in the Next Round store. Stay connected by visiting nextroundlive.com.
Golf season is here, and if you're looking for a great golf course with affordable rates, you need to check out the newly renovated Woodward Golf Club. Woodward Golf Club is a semi-private club with membership opportunities available, but is also open to the public. You can book tee times online at this hidden gem by going to golfwoodward.com. For only $195 per month, you can enjoy unlimited golf 7 days a week. Membership includes discounted cart fees, unlimited range balls, and the use of our practice facilities. For more information on memberships and the course, check us out online at golfwoodward.com.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown, and Rockstar. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
All right, final hour of the show, as always, brought to you by Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken. Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster, destination lunch place. Sterling and his crew there. Take a look at the great food they offer up, including the Mississippi Delta recipe tamales. Man, they are fantastic. A little good slaw on the side. Start off your meal that way. It's right there on Highway 119, open for lunch and dinner. They'll tailgate for you and everything. Champy'sChicken.com. Before we jump back into this discussion about not really Aiden Holloway, but about the future of the transfer portal and what we may see, Brown, I'm going to date myself here. Hopefully other people, including some of our friends are in here, maybe you, Rockstar. Did you guys ever own an Ansel Adams T-shirt?
I did not.
No.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Photographer.
Yeah, the photographer. What were on the T-shirts? Rockstar, can you Google
Some
these?
is a black and white photographer.
Some of his great photographs, and there was a moment in time, I think it was early 90s, late 80s.
Back when you were a ladies' man.
Back when I was rolling in it.
So these were the
You had a collection of Ansel Adams?
Yeah, I did. I would really borrow a few of them. I mean, my buddy Shug had most of them, but they were just good-looking shirts back in the day.
I've really never seen the shirt. I've seen the pictures, finally, the black and whites, but I've never seen the shirt.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, like the one on the top left? Is
No,
that
it was more like the second one there, Rockstar.
Right there?
It was more like that.
Okay.
You would get the Ansel Adams shirts.
So basically, it's just a shirt with mountains on it.
Yeah.
There were a lot of outdoor Western pictures, yes.
Yeah. So did you get the other stuff at Walmart while you were there with those?
Oh,
Actually, it's like you got a TV on your chest.
No, where did you get these? Parisian?
I forget where we got them from. I got them oftentimes out of Shug's closet. My roommate at the time. But
Because that was pre-internet.
It was pre-internet.
So you couldn't order them. You had to find
I
them
would
in
get a
Birmingham.
lot of my not Ansel Adams, but like the collegiate gear, I'd get it from East Bay.
Yeah.
That was such a good catalog.
Yeah, the East Bay catalog.
You could get any shoes you wanted. It was great.
Aluminum bats, gloves, everything. Yeah.
But I did think you would occasionally get some at Parisian, Brownie, to your point there. Died on this day back in 1984, one of the great American photographers. I don't want to get too far into to trash a little bit later on.
Don't you feel like, and not to take anything away from Ansel Adams, but if you go to beautiful locations like that and you got the right equipment, you take 1,000 pictures, you're going to get a couple right.
Like I was shooting
It just doesn't seem that difficult.
Shooting some video of Brown and some fans at Talladega yesterday, and a couple of times when the lighting was just right, I was like, God, look how good that camera looks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, not to take anything away from him.
Who else is who's on your Mount Rushmore of American photographers?
Kodak's got to be on there,
Ansel
right?
Adams.
Ansel Adams. Who else? Who else we got?
Nikon, Kodak, Jimmy Kodak.
Who's the guy that took the photo of Muhammad Ali standing over?
That was really good.
Yeah, was it Sonny Liston he was standing over, or George Foreman?
Sonny Liston.
Sonny Liston? He's standing over Sonny Liston. That's a
good
great
one.
photo. He's some Sports Illustrated cat, but I don't know his name.
The guy who took Johnny Cash flipping the bird. That's a good one.
That's terrific. But, it's probably just some random dude, you know?
Probably just goofing off.
I mean, really, who are known as great photographers?
I don't know.
Danny
Ansel
Clinch.
Adams. Huh?
Danny Clinch is an amazing music. He's done everybody. Like, he's the Tupac thing where he's doing the pose with his shirt off.
The one that I did?
That is Danny Clinch. He took that. Any popular musician you've seen in the past, 30 years is probably taken by Danny Clinch.
I'm going to do that. There is a famous Sports Illustrated photographer. I'm going to Google
So we were at a place called Ambrosia down around 30A, a steakhouse. I don't know if you guys have been there yet.
I've
It's
never
kind
been
of
to
new,
that,
last
yeah.
couple of Anyway, there was a portrait of Jacques Cousteau.
Oh, really?
Like, Maddie was blown away. She was like, who is that? I was like, that's Jacques Cousteau.
Yeah.
And she was like, how do you know who that guy is?
When
Yeah.
I was teeny tiny, he had a show on.
Oh, yeah, he did.
No, they
yeah.
put it in reruns for a long time because I saw that show too. But remember, he had the big, the thick turtleneck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he was always cold wherever he was.
Very
Had the
uncomfortable.
beanie on.
One more.
I never knew how to say his name. Walter Ious, I think is how you say his name. It's Iooss. He was the famous Sports Illustrated photographer. I don't know if he took that Muhammad Ali, but he took a bunch of covers.
covers.
Yeah.
And another passing from over the weekend. And this guy still holds the record for the Rams single-season touchdown passes.
It's hard to believe.
Or all-time touchdown passes. Roman Gabriel passed away. Number 18 passed away over the weekend. One of the great Ram uniforms back then. I looked at a lot of pictures
I had a chance to meet him, and I was thinking when I found out that he had passed, I think you guys are going to think this is crazy, and this could be one of these fever dreams, but I think the golf tournament was at Mountain View, and Roman Gabriel was there.
Why would Roman Gabriel have been?
It was, we did some kind of charity golf tournament for jocks years and years and years ago.
Why would he have been there, though?
He was just one of the celebrities that was invited. I forgot what the tie was, but Roman Gabriel was there playing. I got a chance to meet him. Very nice guy. I had him on the air, too.
Howie Schwab passed away.
I saw that. Did you Stump the Schwab?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
That's sad. What happened to him?
He passed away. Just got it. I don't know if he's battling anything, but he was very old.
But it wasn't exotic like lightning or anything?
No. It's nothing exotic like that I'm aware of.
But I was talking to Lunsford, who was a big fan of him, no shock, because of Lunsford's mind. And he said it was such a, at times, a fun game show, but it could be frustrating as well because
he was so good.
The question would be, name all 30 Gold Glove winners in the National League between 1940 and 1970.
And he got them all.
And he would get them all, that kind of stuff.
And you're like, I got time to go to the bathroom, make a sandwich, and come back and get the next question.
Yeah. But he did make a point that the great late Stuart Scott was the host of that, and he made it a little bit better. But Schwab passed away over the weekend.
I was just going to make a real quick point on Roman Gabriel. NC State, which is where he played, is a little underrated for the quarterbacks they've come through there. You think about him, Russell Wilson, Phillip Rivers. I mean, that's pretty good NFL quarterbacks came through NC State.
Yeah.
Now, I'm out.
No, Mike Glennon.
Yeah, Mike Glennon. Now, I wouldn't put him in that category, but he did play.
He was in one of the greatest upsets. It was that NC State game over Florida State.
Oh, yeah. The one you called. That's one of my favorite ones you ever called.
So did you just go from the 1950s?
Yeah.
Roman Gabriel to in the 2000s and called NC State a great quarterback.
By the way,
I did not say
Russell
great.
Wilson.
I did say Russell Wilson. Neither one of you listened to a word I said.
I did.
I said Russell
Exactly.
Wilson. I didn't say great. I said underrated.
Underrated. Okay.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson slipped through the cracks for me.
Yeah,
So they played football for 100 years. You name me 3 good quarterbacks.
3 good NFL quarterbacks. Okay, do that for Alabama.
Joe Namath, Kenny Stabler, right there before you even get out of the 60s.
That's 2.
Richard Todd in the 70s. Richard Todd led the Jets to the playoffs
Yeah, Richard Todd was
and
pretty
over.
good.
But he is not in the
Do your
category
homework
of.
and go look at Richard Todd tonight,
wimp,
youngster.
Wimp. Go talk to your dad.
That's before I even got out of the 70s.
He's not in the category of Roman Gabriel. And you just said he's the Rams' all-time touchdown passing leader.
Yeah.
Rams had some good quarterbacks.
Yeah, but there's a lot of.
And he's certainly not in Russell Wilson
It's
or
almost
Phillip Rivers category.
college-like
Nowhere
careers
close.
for Rams quarterbacks. Like Kurt Warner was kind of it was quick. Matt Stafford's going to be quick. Mark Bolger was pretty quick. You just didn't have, if you have one of these Rams quarterbacks that would come in, like Jim Everett might have been a starter for 7 or 8 years. If you had a decade-long starter, it would be different.
Yeah, Bart Starr was your better play than Richard Todd. Richard Todd was a very
going to
weak
skip over
play.
Bart Starr because he won in a different era, not throwing the football that so much for the Green Bay Packers.
Well, I mean,
there were so many to choose from Alabama. At times now, you just saw from Austin, Texas, Chip Brown come on and compare what Texas is trying to do with quarterbacks to Alabama. Come on. You went NC State in a half a century.
And I said underrated. Tua, way better than Richard Todd, though. Go ahead and go Tua.
Precision Sports.
Just because I'm a Dolphins fan.
I was trying not to go most recent. I could have gotten to that if the list needed to continue for you.
What program does have the best quarterbacks of all time?
Well, if I had to start just off the top of my head, BYU's been pretty good.
But really, I'm not talking about
USC's
at that level.
Been pretty good.
Again, USC at that level.
Translating to the NFL is what you're talking about.
Yeah. I mean, USC's had really good quarterbacks, but, how good was Rodney Peete at the next level?
Not great. Started for some years.
I mean, Matt Leinart, not great at all.
Marinovich was a massive bust.
Yeah. I mean, you can go through a list of guys that.
And BYU, those guys had a specialized system. Now, Steve Young is separate from those guys, but the Detmers, they feasted off the fact that the West Coast offense.
Jim McMahon was a BYU guy.
Yeah, West Coast offense was the in vogue offense in the NFL at the time, and that's what they played in college. So you could drop them on any roster just about, and they knew the offense right away.
Yeah. The show being brought to you by our friends at Precision Sports and Redmont Vodka, and we'll get into the discussion about the transfer portal. Precision Sports, if you tweak something over the weekend, maybe you're doing a kegger out at the infield at Talladega.
That's one of the things I didn't see.
Yeah, that's true.
Like any keg stands.
Yeah, it was interesting. Some folks could serve you a drink They couldn't charge for you. You just tipped them, whatever you think.
Yeah, I do want to get back to that concept because I thought it was really interesting. Pop-up bar, Brown. I've never seen it before.
I've heard the
pop-up
story.
bar.
Yeah.
But whatever you did to tweak something over the weekend, Precision Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, 205-512-3885, 512-3885, precisionsportsortho.com. Orthopedic care better together, great locations everywhere. I've used them before. LT's used them before. Maybe you've got a massive pickleball game coming up and you need to get right again. Precision Sports Medicine and Orthopedics can get it done. precisionsportsortho.com/2024. And our friends at Red Mod Vodka.
Keith was saying Purdue. And real quick, Gary Danielson, Jeff George, Jim Everett.
Drew Brees. Bob Greasy. Yeah, it is Purdue.
It is.
Yep.
What am I telling you about?
Vodka.
Red Mod Vodka. 8 times distilled, gluten-free. There was plenty of it out at Talladega. Make sure you pick up a bottle of it. Ask for it by name if you're at a local bar or restaurant. If they don't have it, tell them to get it. Again, gluten-free, 8 times distilled, available in 22 states. It is Red Mod Vodka.
All right. So we saw Aiden Holloway leave Auburn to Alabama, and we talked about that to start the show. And we've got it several places over the weekend on our platform. But in a bigger picture, Brownie, this is what could be the beginning with unlimited transfers.
Yep.
A common occurrence, rival to rival in both basketball and football.
Well, I think you've seen the football coaches were so concerned about this that they got their ADs and everybody to get together and make a rule about it, didn't they?
Yeah. Why is there not a rule in basketball for it?
Yeah.
Not a concern for them, I guess.
Well, I wonder if there's a rule. So what you have to remember is this is the postseason transfer, not the secondary transfer window for basketball. So this is the one that everybody in the world is open to, and everybody in the world can go anywhere they want. So, the secondary one is the one that is restricted in football. I think it's a huge concern, and I think you'll see more. I say it's a huge concern. Maybe it's not, but I do think you'll see more and more of it. If you don't think we'll have a player go from Alabama to Auburn, and if you don't think we'll probably have another Auburn player go to Alabama, I think you're crazy.
Yeah, who was a good linebacker, though, that did the tattoo, and then he...
Reuben Foster.
Yeah.
Last
I can remember.
Yeah, he was committed, though. I mean, he never played at Auburn. He was committed, and he got the tattoo, but in the last minute, if you remember, he did the Alabama flip and went to Tuscaloosa. But, I mean, I think you'll see this as long as both these programs are good, because you're staying within the SEC. You're staying as close to your home as you already were, probably, in most cases, in just about any case, really. So, why would you not do more of this? It's not like you're going to an inferior program. Alabama and Auburn are really good programs. Joe Lunardi did his preseason bracketology. He had Alabama as a 1 seed and Auburn as a 3 seed. These programs agree. And if you look at Auburn's starting 5, it's more solidified right now than Alabama's. I mean, that's going to be a good team next year. So I think these teams are going to continue, as long as Bruce Pearl and Nate Oates are there, to be really good teams. So why would you not jump to one of the other ones?
So we talked about McClain leaving Colorado and the shot he took at Deion. There are ways to transfer, and I'm adamant about this. When you leave a school, you've left that school, there's no need for you to talk about the rearview mirror. I need you to be focused on what you're going to become at my school if you're coming to my school. If I'm a coach, I don't need you trashing where you've left.
Well, that's the thing. Even the rear view, if you want to say anything, make it something positive. I appreciate my opportunity, my time. I thank the fans. I thank the coaches, my teammates, but it was time for me to move on. I got another opportunity, and I am going to, take a shot at this other program.
Zach is right. Corey Grant, the running back, you remember him? He went Bama to Auburn. I'd forgotten about Corey Grant.
Problem is, man, burning bridges is dangerous to do anyway.
It's very dangerous because you know what's going to happen is for Aiden Holloway or for Cormani McClain, the pro scouts are going to go to that previous school and find out why he left, right?
Right.
And I don't think Bruce Pearl or Deion Sanders are going to put a torch to the kid by any stretch of the imagination, but I do think they're going to be honest.
Here's the quote for people that didn't miss it, that may have missed it. Aiden Holloway told Brett Greenberg, quote, "At Auburn, I kind of got sold a dream by my coach. The season started out good for me individually and as a team, and then he kind of went in a different direction with the offense," end quote. Now, if you remember, near the end of the year, until they played Yale, the offense was kicking, so much so they ran through the SEC tournament in Nashville. Just Aiden wasn't, I guess, didn't have the role he thought he was going to have. I don't know if you need to say that. Just I appreciated Auburn giving me a chance, blah, 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 blah,
same
blah.
with Cormani McLean we just talked about. Again, the pro scouts are going to go back to Deion Sanders and ask about Cormani McLean. They're going to go back to Bruce Pearl and ask about Aiden Holloway if they're thinking about drafting those guys. And you never know when a coach might have selective memory on some things. I'm just going to try to be kind to the kid. But if the kid burns a bridge on the way out and drops napalm.
Well, and if I'm a GM or if I'm a scout, I'm like, why did he go out like that?
That's
like,
right.
What happened? Why was he so upset with the staff? And then you're going to get a real story.
Yeah, he says here, you sold him a dreamer. He says here, he was just in it for the clicks. And Cormani McLean, why would he say that? I mean, they're going to ask those questions. So I just think it's important to try. It's always important to do this. This is not just athletics, but as best you can, leave a place on good terms and fulfill everything you've agreed to fulfill to the best of your ability. And just leave on good terms. There's no reason to leave on bad terms, right? It's the rearview mirror. You're leaving. You're obviously not happy with something or you wouldn't leave.
And you could always go back. You never know. Like Caden Proctor didn't say anything negative about Alabama.
Yeah.
If he would have torched that bridge.
Couldn't be back right now.
No, I mean, what if he'd have done that? What if he'd said, I don't care if Nick Saban's the coach or not. That locker room's a mess. I don't like anybody that's there. I hated their fan base, yada, yada, yada. He'd be playing elsewhere right now.
Unlimited transfers. We're going to see this more and more, especially with NIL, which seems to be unlimited right now too. Just an interesting twist that happened over the weekend in that Auburn-Alabama basketball rivalry. When we come back, we'll get to trash and a lot more as we continue on the show today. That's being brought to you by our friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken. Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Football season will be here in just 125 days, and that means it'll be tailgating time again. Keep Champy's in mind on your way to Jordan-Hare or on your way down to Protective or over to Bryant-Denny Stadium. Champy'sChicken.com. Champy'sChicken.com.
Follow The Next Round on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Next Round Live.
You have all heard of Red Wing Shoes, but what is Red Wing Shoes? It's the place where men buy boots, plain and simple. Who are Red Wing's customers? They are construction workers, warehouse employees, college students, the guy that fixes your AC, the guy at the end of the bar, the IT guy. Red Wing is a father, Red Wing is a son, Red Wing is a cult following shared by all men. A classic, comfortable pair of cool boots with a story to tell. What's your Red Wing story? Red Wing Shoe Stores, located in Pelham and Trussville.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service. Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
The road to the Indy 500 runs through Birmingham, April 26th through 28th. The fastest IndyCar drivers in the world, Castroneves, Dixon, and Newgarden, will put their skills to the test with one goal in mind: victory. Witness country music superstar Riley Green as Grand Marshal give the most iconic command in racing. Start your engine! Medical Properties Trust presents the Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix powered by AmFirst at the Barber Motorsports Park. Tickets are selling fast. Get yours now.
Golf season is here, and if you're looking for a great golf course with affordable rates, you need to check out the newly renovated Woodward Golf Club. Woodward Golf Club is a semi-private club with membership opportunities available, but is also open to the public. You can book tee times online at this hidden gem by going to golfwoodward.com. For only $195 per month, you can enjoy unlimited golf 7 days a week. Membership includes discounted cart fees, unlimited range balls, and the use of our practice facilities. For more information on memberships and the course, check us out online at golfwoodward.com.
Back with you on the next round. Show being brought to you by Michelson. Before you tell us about Michelson, unbelievable golf going on. Nelly Korda on the LPGA Tour has won 5 straight, ties the longest on that tour's history. Annika did it in 2004 into 2005. Nancy Lopez won that many straight in 1978. Nobody's won 6 straight. She'll try to do that in L.A. this week. Meanwhile, Scotty Scheffler is up 5 strokes with 4 holes to play. They may have already finished it up today.
They've already finished. He won.
He won that one. So he won that going away. Becomes the first player since Bernhard Langer in 1985 to follow up the Masters with a win the next week.
He's by far and away the best player in the world right now. Kyle Porter of CBS gives us, I was just looking at this in the break, his last 60 worldwide events. Scotty Scheffler.
How many top 10s?
40 out of 60 events.
Are you worried about our bet at all?
I'm not worried about our bet.
What's your bet?
Not another major before Aaron Rodgers wins an NFL game. But tell me the betting odds to win the Grand Slam, all of them.
He's 40-1 to win the Grand Slam. Think about
Yeah,
that.
so what's the next major?
PGA next month.
I mean, you're going to see really good golfers at 40-1 to win that one event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, really good golfers. Yeah.
But he's 40-1 to win the Grand Slam, all of them.
Yes. I mean, he's another world right now.
Okay, Tiger never did, right? Same year Grand Slam, right?
I mean, he won 4 straight. I will always say that's a Grand Slam, no matter if you do it in the same year or not. You won 4 straight. But no, he had never done it in the same year.
More surprising, Ole Miss wins national championship this year or Scheffler wins Grand Slam?
Well, I would still say more surprising Scheffler wins a Grand Slam.
Oh, I would say Ole Miss.
To win the Grand Slam?
Yeah.
I mean, dude, nobody's ever done it.
Yeah,
There's some other good golfers out there.
Oh, how many top 10 teams would Lane Kiffin have to beat?
Yeah. Scheffler has won 4 of the last 5 tournaments he's played in, which is
Scotty Scheffler is the greatest golfer of all time.
No, that is not correct.
No, the greatest golfer of all time is 15-year-old Miles Russell, who made the cut at age 15 at the Corn Ferry this week and becoming the youngest kid ever to do that.
Corn Ferry.
Dude.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We got another golfer in the studio right now.
He shot a 68 and a 66 to make the cut at the Corn Ferry. He finished tied for 20th against grown-ass men.
Do you think everybody on that Corn Ferry tour could take all the clubhouse guys around here and just wear them out?
Oh, gosh, yes.
Hey, it
depends on how much money's on the line where they're playing. But
can I just ask you real quick? Is he a professional already? Is he taking checks?
I have not looked. My guess would be he's kept his amateur status, but I don't know. I'm not. I can go look real quick.
Right, but that still confuses me now with NIL.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us about Michelson, and then I've got Lunsford here. We're going to pay tribute to the Schwab real quick.
Okay.
All right.
Pre-inflation pricing. That's what you get from our friends at Michelson Laser Vision right now. Everything going up in price, not for LASIK. At Michelson Laser Vision, Dr. Jen, Dr. Mark Michelson, they've held that pricing steady for the last couple of years. 205-969-8100. Ask for Amy. Tell her the next round sent you. Ask about the pre-inflation pricing. I'm speaking from experience. I had the 2200 vision. I was legally blind without the aid of glasses. After the procedure, which only took 12 minutes for both eyes, 2015 vision better than 2020. Make the phone call that I made. 205-969-8100 or michelsonlaservision.com.
He did, in fact, participate as an amateur in that event. Okay. So I would imagine he keeps that for a little while before he decides I can actually do this for a living, which maybe right now.
Do you think anybody, any agents, made some phone calls afterwards?
Well, that is the thing. He can do endorsement deals and still keep his amateur status. So,
think the folks at Titleist reached out to him?
I'd take a flyer on him. Yeah. Kid's already finished in top 15 on the Corn Ferry Tour.
FootJoy guy gets out of the car, and the Titleist guys are walking in. The Nike guys are waiting behind them. Yeah, all lined up. Lunsford, I saw you tweet. You were the first person I saw that Howie Schwab had passed away.
Yeah, it's an incredible game show. I wish it had kept going. And now Stuart A. Scott made it, or Stuart Scott. So I mixed up Stephen A. Smith. Stuart Scott made it entertaining. Schwab made it good from a knowledge standpoint. But that and Playmaker, 2 things I wish ESPN had kept going with.
Playmaker was the series about football?
Yeah, about the fake NFL team.
Yeah.
It was amazing, his depth of knowledge, because I saw a clip that was circulating after he died. It was the last 30 coaches to win an NBA championship.
Oh, the questions they asked on that
or
show?
20. It was last 20.
So I gave Lunsford a chance when he got here to to come up with some Schwab-like questions
Okay.
for us. So you up for this?
Sure.
Are we going to go in
good
order
luck.
the way they did? Like Jim, Lance, me, you?
I just know the last time Lunsford prepared questions.
Yeah.
We kind of slayed it on the comic
Oh,
books.
that was a comic. I didn't.
I would not use the word slay. Lance did better than Brown.
I
I'll say
was
that.
kidding about that.
All right, so I got to pull some categories from Stump the Schwab that were pretty good. So this is one that I actually like called Lights, Camera, Schwab that was about sports movies.
Okay.
So let's see what you can get here. The categories, I pulled these from an actual show from Stump the Schwab. See if you get these. All right, the category was Shaquille a Mockingbird, movies about basketball. In the documentary Hoop Dreams, what NBA star pays a visit to St. Joseph's High School and plays one-on-one against a young Arthur Agee?
Well, because it was based in Chicago, and I've seen Hoop Dreams, really good documentary, but Hoop Dreams is 20-plus years old, 25 years old. I would think that it was either Scottie Pippen or Michael Jordan.
I went Horace Grant.
I am going to go Michael Jordan.
Luke Longley.
Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas.
We all lost.
This one is fictional teams. In the Oliver Stone film Any Given Sunday, what is the name of the fictitious pro football team coached by Al Pacino?
It's the Sharks.
It's the Sharks. I've never seen it. I knew that. Yeah.
Terrible movie.
Even I got that one.
Terrible movie.
All right, category is true stories. In the 2003 movie Seabiscuit, features a famous match race at Pimlico. Name the Triple Crown winner whom Seabiscuit upset.
Seattle Slew.
No, it was.
Tobey Maguire played the Little Bitty John.
Yeah,
Man
Chris-
of War.
Chris
Man
Cooper.
of War.
Yeah, Chris
Cooper is the.
Yeah, I've seen it. I don't
I've seen
remember.
it. I think it's a really good movie. It's a bit long, but I'm not going to be
thought it
able
was
to name.
Seattle something.
Jim's the closest. It is War Admiral.
War Admiral.
I knew it had war in it.
Close. All right, and this is Lords of the Ring, about boxing. The classic movie The Great White Hope is a thinly veiled account of the life of what heavyweight champ?
Rocky Marciano.
No.
No, I would go.
You always go Rocky Marciano, don't you?
Oh my gosh, I know it. George Wendt. Oh, what is his
George
name?
Wendt.
No, no.
Butterbean.
No.
No, this is a guy that they really based Rocky off of, I thought. Chuck something. Chuck Webner.
Jack Johnson.
Yeah, you got it right, though. That's pretty good.
I got to Chuck Webner.
Did finally
though.
get to
There you
Chuck
go.
Webner.
All right, off of movies. This category, they would get to a segment at the end where they would pick really hard questions in certain categories. This one is all-time losers. Craig Wood was the first player to lose a playoff in all 4 golf majors. Name the only other player to do so.
Phil Mickelson.
Well, that's a good answer. I'm going to say, ironically, it's going to be Jack Nicklaus.
No, it's
because he finished second so many times too.
If you followed golf, this is actually pretty easy. It's Greg Norman.
It is Greg Norman. I was hoping Brown would
He's
get that
one of the hardest luck golfers that's ever lived.
All right, this is multi-sport studs. Name the only player to win the Heisman Trophy and play in a Final Four.
Charlie Ward? No, the Florida State didn't make the Final Four.
That was a good answer, though.
To win the Heisman Trophy.
And then play in the Final Four.
Play in the Final Four.
That same school year.
Holy crap.
It's got to be way back.
It's going to be somebody at...
That's a tough one there. I didn't know that had ever happened.
What era?
60s.
Oh,
60s.
Good luck.
The quarterback for UCLA. Can't remember
Mark
his
Harmon?
name.
I got no idea.
He didn't win the Heisman.
No idea. Who was it?
Quarterback Terry Baker won the 1962 Heisman Trophy at Oregon State and led the Beavers to the 1963 Final Four.
I mean, my family.
And it had a 3-8 to go with
my
it, right?
family could have been on the line. And
I just said goodbye instead of answering the question.
Goodbye, everybody.
All right, this is going back to back. What NFL team won back-to-back Super Bowls with 2 different head coaches, and who were the coaches?
That would be the Cowboys with Jimmy Johnson and Barry Switzer.
Yep.
No.
Oh.
Huh?
No.
They didn't go back to back.
Oh.
Was it the 49ers, Bill Walsh and George Seifert?
That is
That
one.
is correct.
Is there only
I
one?
thought you said there was 2.
One, two,
Dang.
back-to-back. Very good. And then he always did a category that was like, name the last 16 NFL passing leaders, which I have if you want to go through and name them. But
Well, the way they would do it, they go in order.
Go in
Did we
order.
miss one,
Did we
right?
miss
Miss
one?
No idea.
I will go.
All right, the last 16 NFL passing yards leaders. So it's
Okay,
not just the
So
last
I just have to
16
get somebody
years.
on the list.
Yeah.
That
Get
doesn't
somebody
mean
on the list.
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick
Oh,
Mahomes.
Is Mahomes it?
Yeah, he's on the list.
Oh, he's on the list. Yeah. Okay.
2022.
Matt Stafford.
Matt Stafford, you're out.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Tua Tagovailoa this past year.
No, Schwab would go deep on this one, by the way.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers. Not on the list.
Are you kidding me?
Well, you got to finish it.
You gotta get one.
You got to finish
Phillip
it.
Rivers.
Phillip Rivers is on the list.
Boom.
There you go.
Very good, Brownie. Thank you for that tribute.
You're welcome.
To the Schwab there and his passing this weekend, a part of ESPN and cable lore. It is time for trash. It always starts when we hit the big button, Lunsford.
So, what was your inspiration for tonight? Be honest with me and go into detail.
LT's Trash is presented by Mortgage Right. Mortgages done the right way.
It's spring buying season. Our friends at Mortgage Right are here to help. They were veteran founded here in Birmingham, offer loans throughout the country. And while the area they serve may have grown, their commitment to Birmingham and veterans has not changed. Before you take the next steps on a new home purchase or refinance, talk with the team at Mortgage Right. There is no cost obligation to find out what you qualify for. You can get more information. Go to their website at mortgageright.com/TNR. or call their Birmingham office on Highway 280, 205-900-7200 to talk to someone right now. NMLS 2239, Equal Housing Lender. We start first. Charter bus driver who complained to a DeLand hotel staff that he could not sleep because of noise coming from an upstairs room. They didn't do anything about it. What do you think he did?
He shot a gun through the ceiling. It's
pretty
Killed
close.
somebody, yeah. It is trash.
Pepper sprayed the hallway outside of the room, leading to the evacuation of more than 100 guests over the weekend, according to police.
Romeo Cornell is pissed.
Daniel Young, 59, that you see here, of Hollywood, Florida, was arrested, charged with criminal mischief of more than $1,000 and possession of a weapon by a convicted in-state felon.
That left nostril gets to smell the barbecue just before the right nostril does.
The incident
You think he
occurred.
used to box?
He probably handled himself. Occurred Friday at 8:56 p.m. at the Holiday Inn. Guests experienced breathing problems and some came out of the building coughing. One person was taken to the hospital. More than 100 guests were evacuated because of the smell that guests were experiencing respiratory problems, according to police. More than 15 emergency vehicles, 3 police vehicles responded to the hotel. Police located Young in a large white charter bus in the parking lot of the hotel. Young said he complained to the hotel staff about the noise, but it didn't stop, so he pepper sprayed the second-floor hallway in hopes that it would irritate the second-floor room guest and stop the noise. It did, but probably not the best route.
Nobody got to sleep. I'd hate to see what he does for wake-up calls if he runs a hotel.
He just looks mean.
He really does. He looks very angry.
Well, you guys aren't letting him sleep.
That's true.
He's got
catches up with
Romeo Cornell and John Chavis.
Yep. That is spot on.
John Chavis is killing it with the Stallions defense right now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Didn't get the cover this week, though, which we appreciate it.
Held him to 18, though.
Uber's 8th annual Lost and Found Index provides a snapshot of the most popular and most surprising items left behind in Ubers this week. Here are some interesting things that were left behind. A fart sensor. I don't know what a fart sensor is.
It's a good conversation starter. Yeah.
Wow. So, like, if I fart, an alarm goes off?
I really don't know.
Because you don't have an audible warning, obviously.
A Hillary Clinton poster.
That's right. Can't get enough of those.
A panic button, which you see the female there pointing to the panic button. A fake furry foxtail, probably better than a real foxtail.
Yeah.
A street sign saying she's drunk.
She's sobered up during the ride. Didn't need to sign anymore.
A Jeep Liberty engine. Little T could use that,
An
right?
entire engine?
Yeah, and I left it. Damn it.
Hot sauce and a breathalyzer.
Wow.
I love both. And then frontal hair toupee that you see up top there.
Frontal hair.
Yeah, American.
Yeah.
No, that's an actual. But this.
It's like what Maury wore in Goodfellas.
Yeah, I'm more interested by the championship belt
That's
there.
why I
Mark.
left the WWF,
Yeah.
WWE championship belt.
Ryland Griffin left it in the locker room in Tuscaloosa when he transferred.
A gnome. We got a lot of playbill.
Bread.
I remember when I was a kid, we were in the Atlanta airport, and I mean, I was a young kid, but I can vividly remember this. And they had a very nice throw there. Yeah. They had a display of things that security had confiscated. This is before TSA, it's before 9/11, but things that had gotten confiscated security. And they had a huge display.
Knives, and they used to invite us out in local news. Knives, hand grenades. It was crazy.
And I remember being a little kid. This was the Atlanta airport, and I pointed at an object, and I said, wow, that's a bomb. And there was a guy standing next to me, a complete stranger, who goes, kid, that ain't a bomb.
Yeah.
And now looking back on it, it was a bong. I was very close.
A bomb.
Very close.
Yeah, I was about to say what I thought you were hinting at, that it was. Why would they put that in the display case?
No, it was a bomb.
I can't read the writing. Is that a see you next Tuesday calendar?
No, it's
candle?
See you in court.
See you in court.
I don't know what that means, but it's a nice gift, I guess.
It's a candle?
Yeah.
Interesting.
It looks like a jar of mustard.
It really does. I wonder what that smells like.
Okay, so this is a first in trash. We've had a lot of people killed different ways, and we've had a lot of different reasons, but this is a first. Man who claimed he killed his friend,
Tommy Tuberville,
because he believed the victim was summoning Bigfoot. Larry Sanders here, found guilty by an Oklahoma judge April 17th. It was a great show. Jimmy Knighton was strangled to death July of 22 while out fishing with Sanders, according to the reports. After waiving a right to a jury trial, Sanders' attorney reportedly claimed that his client had acted in self-defense. The Oklahoman reported that Sanders claimed during testimony that while out noodling with Knighton, he had seen 3 Sasquatch-looking figures by the river. Now, witnesses for the prosecution testified that Sanders had said he believed Knighton was trying to kill him, send his body down the river as a sacrifice to Bigfoot. Now, the paper reported that a forensic psychiatrist testified that Sanders was suffering from methamphetamine-induced psychosis and believed he was defending himself.
So he's on drugs, huh?
Now, Knighton died following a fight during which Sanders put him in a chokehold. The outlet reports that Sanders faces up to life in prison without parole.
That's unfortunate.
How much would it take for you to go noodling?
By the way, that's Tommy Tuberville and Vinnie Jones.
I don't remember what Vinnie Jones looked like.
England football player. He's in movies now. He's kind of a tough guy, bad guy.
He's got a lot of Tuberville, though.
Did the ears just start with the ears?
The ears is a little bit of the nose, kind of the mouth. Yeah, a lot of Tuberville.
Did the prosecution rest his case? And dare I say, Mr. Sanders was unable to curb his enthusiasm.
Oh, God, not even the right show.
Yeah.
Is it not even the right?
Oh, that's not the right
Larry
show.
David.
That's Larry David.
Larry David.
Larry Sanders, totally different
They
show.
say, give it to Grandmama.
By the way, I watched, me and Jack watched Friday night. There's a documentary on Netflix. It was done a couple of years ago, and I'm sure you've heard about it. I think it was season 6, episode 4 of Curb, where the carpool lane where he picks up the hooker.
Dodgers game.
And there is a guy that is convicted of murder, and he gets out because his attorney pieced together the footage and found him. But it's a really interesting documentary.
Yeah.
I mean, the dude was done without that.
Hey, good lawyers are the best.
But Larry David's
business.
on it. Yeah. He's on the. They interview him on it.
Now, Daniel says we've had a lot of people wanting us to get this girl named Hannah Barron on. She does a lot of things on social media, but one thing she's known for is noodling.
Okay, I've seen her do this. Yes,
not difficult to watch.
I will not reach out to her.
I don't mind getting her on the show. I think we've tried.
I'm over one at trying to book guests.
You got to keep trying, man. You got to keep.
Does she noodle in a unique way?
She's attractive.
She's very
attractive doing it.
She's very country, but very attractive.
She looks nothing like him.
Yeah.
But she does some other things, and she went viral.
Does she do it like in Daisy Dukes in a bikini top?
There's a chance. Yeah, I think she has done that. We had her scheduled for a minute, and something fell through. It was a couple of years ago though, so I'll try again because we've actually had people ask us.
Like she was coming to town for one of the big events at the BJCC.
Well, that is a big old catfish.
Yeah.
I just don't know how clean she can be if she noodles all the time.
She got a shower.
Yeah, I don't get that. I mean, what would it
I don't either,
take for you to
Lance.
go on the? We used to have a client that did this, and he would show me videos. But to go on the scummy floor of a lake or river and to pull one of those things out, put your arm in it.
Yeah, because it swallows the arm and down inside the fish, and that's how you pull it out.
What is the inseam on that short?
-1. The chat room says LT, his first guess completely nailed it. Daisy Dukes and a bikini top. It's 100% what she wears. Yeah.
Well, I love that she's a traditionalist. When she started noodling at 12, those are the shorts she wears, and she's only worn them every time she noodles. It's only in those shorts.
That's her lucky shorts, Jimmy.
Yeah, since she was 12.
Can't change them.
She's now in her 20s.
No. She's been brought up numerous times in the chat room, and people want us to have her on the show, and we had it scheduled for a minute, and it fell through for some reason. I'm struggling to remember why.
Rockstar, you had Barbie had how many professions? Was noodling one of them?
Barbie had like over 132 professions. No, I don't think she's noodled yet.
Barbie's never noodled?
Not in her demographic.
Noodling Barbie?
So noodling's just a activity, I guess.
It's a way to fish. Now, I don't think I would want to eat that fish. We have some restaurateurs in studio with us now. That fish wouldn't be good to eat, would it?
No, I think once a catfish it's a bottom feeder, and those are no
But
good.
if she's got a steady diet of catfish, she can't smell good.
Oh, I bet.
But look, she's filleted that thing. Look at that.
Yeah, in the same outfit there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, with that knife.
Her
right?
pockets are empty. There's nothing in her pockets.
They're not.
I guarantee there's a lot in her bank account.
Oh yeah, no. I think she's done well for herself. She's
probably got a couple of hillbilly sugar daddies.
There was some online deal where she was talking about remodeling a house, and she had done a video on it, and some girl overseas was like, "This is why everybody hates Americans, because of women like her," and everybody's like, "No, this is why people love American women,
right?
Because of women like her."
I can't read her whole post there. Is she talking about because where you rolled your boats into the lake? Is that a good place where the concretes are for the boat ramp?
Boat landing?
Is that the good place to noodle? I don't know where you noodle.
I don't know.
What's the difference
Oh, I
between a good
don't
noodling place and a good place for a water moccasin? What's the difference?
Probably there is.
It's always a guessing game, Jim.
That's
why it's worth it.
I would think that shoes aren't a priority for her.
Yeah, and I grew up in the '70s. What was that? What was that? Ill with the girl in the white T-shirt that swam.
Oh, Jacqueline Bissett.
Yeah.
And it was The Deep. 1977, and it was a moray eel that got a hold of Louis Gossett Jr.'s head.
So when I think noodling, that's the image that always pops to me in the theater, seeing that thing come out.
It looks like a long strip of bacon she's got in her hand. Fatty piece of bacon.
I don't like freshwater fish. I'll go ahead and tell you. I like saltwater fish only. I don't like catfish. I don't like bass.
on the record.
What is your degree of when Danica Patrick, when people were like, Danica Patrick is somewhat attractive?
She was somewhat attractive, but she was really attractive by, it's 20%. If you're in a male-dominated world, like on a golf course, women are 20% better looking on the golf course than they are in real life because they're mostly guys out there.
But that's
like
the same with this girl, right?
Oh, there's very few noodlers who are. She's 20% better looking because she's the only female noodler in the world.
She's top end noodler. There's no doubt about that.
Like we could have taken her to Talladega this past weekend, and like we were at the Floribama this weekend at Miss Mullet Toss. She wouldn't be in the top 5.
I think you've judged that on the first photo Rockstar
if they had a talent, like her noodling probably would jump out, right?
I think she does other things, though.
I mean, Sandra Bullock in Miss Congeniality she blew on glasses or something, didn't she?
Yeah.
She was also a great police officer. She was also armed and fabulous.
So you don't think noodling's a talent?
No, that's what I'm saying.
I certainly
would think that would really jump
but
out.
It doesn't really travel well. It's hard to do at a talent show.
I don't think she'd be the first noodler at the Floribama.
Probably not. Okay, I got shower thoughts real quick.
It's going to be a very loose
plenty
definition.
of time.
When you retire, there will be people that you saw and talked to every day that you will never see again, unless you want to.
I mean, I've thought a lot about my retirement recently.
Yep.
I think I'll.
Done away. Yep.
We hear about it a lot. I know you have.
Oh God.
And Emily Grace, really quick, 20% better looking. So that just made you a 12, I guess. Right?
Good save.
Good save.
Good save.
Did I do the math right?
Here's another one. It is never good when your gym has to send out a reminder about the sauna rules. Does that mean somebody?
That means some guys are getting after it.
Yep.
You got to just stop getting after it.
Yeah, there's probably been something that happened there that shouldn't happen. We got to remind everybody for the lawsuit.
Next one's so true. Quincy
you should always
Jones
sit on a towel, though, at least, right?
I
think you should stay wrapped in a
I've
towel.
never been in a sauna
I haven't
in my life.
either.
It doesn't
I've
appeal
been
to
in
me one bit.
I've been in a sauna, but with nobody in those small ones.
Yeah.
Like I'm planning on getting you one this afternoon, but you should always keep a towel on.
You're doing a sauna this afternoon?
I am, yeah. But
Where?
I just think you should. I'm just trying to get healthy, Brown.
What's that doing for you?
Detoxify.
Is that getting all the toxins out?
After the weekend, yeah.
Quincy Jones pointed this out in the early 90s. Hip-hop beef is grown men writing angry poems to each other.
It is, yeah. That is true.
It was really good, though.
2 more shower thoughts. There must have been adults complaining how soft kids were when they outlawed child labor.
These kids don't want to go to school and then work 6 hours.
They won't even go in the mine anymore. What the hell?
And finally, you forget how much force it takes to walk until you walk into a wall.
Or you don't think you're going fast until you walk right into the wall.
Or like me into that piece of glass over there.
That is Trash Today, brought to you by our friends at Mortgage Right.
Yeah, Mortgage Right, best in the business, been with us since day one. And if you're looking for a new home, our friends at Mortgage Right, they're here to help. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned home buying veteran, their great service and low rates make the process easy. Speaking of veterans, they are a veteran-founded group right here in Birmingham. So remember, whether you're looking for your final home or your first home, whether you have a big down payment or need 100% financing, Mortgage Right is your one-stop shop for mortgages. Visit them online, mortgageright.com. BirminghamBank.com/TNR. Call Birmingham office 205-900-7200 to talk with a mortgage pro right now. NMLS 2239, equal housing lender.
Druid City Disc Company, I understand the small and capital letters. Because I'm a Taylor Swift fan, I can go back and put that together. Daniel Guarantee, Taylor Korn has heard Theo Vaughn's Hannah Barron song. So Theo has a Hannah Barron song?
She was on his podcast, so they say in the chat room. So they did a song for her, apparently.
All right. So
we can do that. Rockstar does songs all the time.
Yeah,
all the time. We do the same exact thing Theo did.
What rhymes with noodling?
Kitten caboodling.
There you go. See? You've already got 2 verses.
One more segment to go right here on TNR.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
This hour of the Next Round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
There is no better place to watch your favorite sporting events and enjoy great food than one of the 3 great Birmingham locations of Walk-Ons. The TVs are everywhere with your favorite sports, and the menu is second to none. From the great appetizers like the waffle cheese fries to the Avery Island salad, handhelds like the all-new chicken bomber, bistro specialties with a special taste of the bayou, the amazing hand-patty burgers, the great po' boys, and the specialty drinks. Visit any of the 3 great Birmingham locations of Walk-Ons: Greystone, Stadium Trace and Hoover, and the brand new location in Trussville. Fire damage to your home or business is something you never want to consider. Ryan Brown here from the Next Round. But in the horrible event it happens, Dry Tech is here to help. They respond quickly and will reply to you within 20 minutes when you call 205-637-0143. They're working for you, the customer, not the insurance company. They've got 5 crews ready to go 24/7. Don't call the insurance company first. Call Dry Tech. Just remember this website, mydrytech.com. That is mydrytech.com.
The road to the Indy 500 runs through Birmingham, April 26th through 28th. The fastest IndyCar drivers in the world, Castroneves, Dixon, and Newgarden, will put their skills to the test with one goal in mind: victory. Witness country music superstar Riley Green as Grand Marshal give the most iconic command in racing. Start your engine! Medical Properties Trust presents the Children's of Alabama Indy Grand Prix, powered by AmFirst, at the Barber Motorsports Park. Tickets are selling fast. Get yours now.
Take TNR on the go with a podcast built for your satisfaction. Miss Hour 1, find it in podcast form. Miss Hour 2, stream it now. Miss Hour 3, download it for later. Miss Hour 4, well, just know it's never coming back. Listen to TNR wherever you find podcasts.
Logan Martin Lake Fest and Boat Show, presented by AmFirst, is back May 12th through 14th on Logan Martin Lake in Pell City. It is Bama's biggest in-water boat show with more than 100 boats and vehicles on display, vendors and food trucks, live music all weekend long, and it is free public admission. Don't forget the Friday night fireworks show, free Velcro Pygmies concert Saturday, free mimosas for Mom on Mother's Day Sunday. LoganMartinLakeFest.com for more info. It's the annual Logan Martin Lake Fest and Boat Show, presented by AmFirst, May 12th through 14th. LoganMartinLakeFest.com.
Golf season is here, and if you're looking for a great golf course with affordable rates, you need to check out the newly renovated Woodward Golf Club. Woodward Golf Club is a semi-private club with membership opportunities available, but is also open to the public. You can book tee times online at this hidden gem by going to golfwoodward.com. For only $195 per month, you can enjoy unlimited golf 7 days a week. Membership includes discounted cart fees, unlimited range balls, and the use of our practice facilities. For more information on memberships and the course, check us out online at golfwoodward.com.
One more thing to get to here, but the things I were unable to get to on my sheet, brought to you by our friends at Way to Wellness. Jonas Adu from Tennessee, unless he's committed in the last few minutes, down to Baylor, Arkansas, North Carolina, and Alabama. 6'11" guy, 11-7 last year from Tennessee, would be that inside guy that would finish the piece there for the folks in Tuscaloosa, right?
Yeah, I think they'd love to see that, or the kid from Rutgers. And, you know, Baylor being in the mix, they got Jeremy Roach from Duke. So Scott Drew's already been active in the portal, always is.
Shohei Ohtani breaks Hideki Matsui's home run record in Major League Baseball by a Japanese player with his 176th home run over the weekend.
It's hard to believe he's already that guy.
Yeah, 176 already in Major League Baseball.
I bet he doesn't break the hits record by a Japanese player.
With
well, I mean, how many Suzuki have?
He's got over 3,000.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Marlins and Braves, 6:20 tonight in Atlanta. Alabama baseball now 3-3 this year against the number 1 ranked team in the country.
It's pretty good.
They lost the series again, just like they did to Arkansas, but did get one win against Texas A&M over the weekend. More surprising to you that Auburn is 2-16 in SEC baseball, or that LSU is 4-13 in SEC baseball?
Wasn't LSU pretty good recently?
Yeah, so was Auburn.
I know. It's hard, man. I mean, you don't have to be very far off in this league, in the SEC, to be in the cellar very quickly.
I never thought we would see that with LSU. Like, I know football is the top sport there in Baton Rouge, but, I mean, baseball is right behind it.
LSU wins the gymnastics national championship over the weekend.
Was Libby done?
She was celebrating. She was part of it, celebrating. I don't know how big of a part it was, but she probably picked up a couple more followers with a national championship trophy over the weekend. Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living. Jumpstart that weight loss in 2024. Also, maybe control blood pressure or something else. You can jump in there and do that very easily by going to the website, planforme.com, planforme.com. It's your journey to healthy living. No contracts, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is absolutely free. Real easy to do, and they've got different plans. No cookie-cutter plans, so everything's different. They got different plans. You go through the evaluation like a lot of the Next Round team is doing right there, and they'll get you going and get to a healthier lifestyle. Planforme.com, planforme.com, Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living. Correction there. Thank you, chat room. Deadwood. Alabama did win the Arkansas series, won 2 of 3 there. So that's how you get to 3-3, Jim. 2 wins against Arkansas, 1 against Texas A&M. Simple math there. The final thing Forrester and I wanted to show you was it was ring weekend. First off, we showed you the tattoo earlier from Harbaugh. They also handed out the championship rings held to the victors. And this is their championship ring trophy. Championship ring. They had 4 of those. They get one for winning the conference championship, the Rose Bowl, a college football playoff ring they give you, and then the national championship ring.
I mean, don't you just need the national championship ring?
And just put all that other stuff on there?
Well, I know. Yeah. You can somehow put it on there.
Yeah. But I remember, like, the Alabama players for years would get the little wooden box with all 3 in there. I mean, that's a pretty good conversation piece on my desk, when I go off to work for a living.
Yeah, but one's going to be more
Well, that's the only one I'm going to wear.
Than the other.
Yeah, the only one I'm ever actually going to wear is the national championship ring.
Not the only team that got a ring this weekend. Florida State got a ring this weekend. They did a ring for 13-0. The tweet from Florida, to the unconquered go the spoils. 16 garnet stones, one for each ACC championship in program history, ACC championship trophy, and Seminole Head logo on top, highlighting back-to-back state championships.
Boy, they ignored the hell out of that bowl game, didn't they?
Yeah, they really, really did.
We're not even going to bring that up, are we?
The ring opted out of the Orange Bowl.
Yes, it did.
Yeah.
Look, I got no problem with this. This is what we talk about in hanging banners. It's your arena. You hang whatever banner you want to hang, whichever one you can sleep with. It's your football program. You claim whatever national championship you want to claim.
Yeah, but this is misleading. Like, if you got your grandkid asking, oh, you were undefeated? Well,
yeah, we were.
We were undefeated in 2023.
That's what I was.
The calendar flipped.
I was, because I didn't play in the Orange Bowl. I was off to a different school by then.
Yeah.
Going by so fast, but Patrick says, never thought I'd see Florida State pretend they were Central Florida.
I mean, Central Florida.
Yeah, I mean, Florida State is better than that.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, we've got to be consistent now. We've said on this show, or at least you have said, Dunaway, whatever championship you want to claim.
Claim it, man.
That's right.
So I don't care. You can claim what you want, but I can debunk it, right?
No, you can argue against it, but I am saying that.
How many teams were better than Florida State this year?
In the regular season?
No, I'm just talking about how many teams even at full strength, would have beaten Florida State.
I don't know, because I never saw anybody do it. I'll be consistent and not just an Alabama guy here. I thought it did suck what happened to them. I'm glad it happened to them, but it sucked.
With Jordan Travis healthy?
And all the players opted in, Keon Coleman.
I still think there's 4 or 5 teams that were better than Florida State.
4 or 5, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, I think with Jordan Travis healthy, they would have been a playoff team.
That's why I'm always an automatic bid guy.
No, they would have been, yeah.
That's why I'm always an automatic bid guy, is because, if my conference champion has 2 losses and your conference is unbeaten, my conference may be tougher than yours. I'd like to see us play head-to-head. And in this situation, Florida State didn't get a chance to show us how good they really were. So
I mean, look, you go back against LSU in the second half, they whipped them.
They did. I mean,
and Jaden Daniels didn't do much in that second half.
He didn't.
But I still think there were 4 or 5 teams that were better.
We have Sam Walters' destination here.
He hinted this over the weekend, showing his recruiting visit back in the day, but hashtag not committed.
Can I guess Vanderbilt?
You can guess Vanderbilt, but you'd guess wrong if you wanted to. Michigan. He is going to go join Trey Donaldson at Michigan, the state of Alabama connection.
And Dusty May, who left Florida Atlantic, 6'9" freshman, picked Michigan over Ohio State, Kentucky, and Louisville.
Wow.
So a lot of people wanted Sam Walters.
I mean, that was he had some pretty good choices there. If those were, in fact, he could have gone to any of those 4 places.
I do think that Dusty May will have a quick turnaround.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
Well, he's brought in the big center from Yale. What was it, Wolf?
Yeah, Danny Wolf.
Danny Wolf is gone to Michigan
Really
as well.
good player, man.
Yeah. So he doesn't look it. You wouldn't pick him in a
But
pickup
I would
game.
think, Wolf, Donaldson, Walters, all those guys will be immediate impact. There's a chance all 3 start. I know Wolf will.
And where did Elijah Martin from that FAU team didn't go with Dusty to Michigan, though he was in the mix. He went to Florida over the weekend. And I think Janal Davis went there as well.
No, Davis still
still out there?
Yeah, he's still uncommitted.
He may have just visited Florida this weekend. That'd be a good pickup for him if he doesn't go to Michigan there. So that portal is churning there. April 30th is the deadline to enter the portal for football. That is still out there. To date, no Alabama player has done that, though you probably expect 1 or 2. We'll see if the place kicker is the next one to hit the portal from Alabama after the incoming Groza Award winner Graham Nicholson from Miami of Ohio. Your best and worst of the weekend, either one of you. Brownie, you said you had one earlier?
I'll do a quick best. I'm not a big NASCAR guy, but I say anybody should go to Talladega at least once. And I love going with people for the first time. Did it with my wife last year. E.G. and Kelsey had never been to the Sunday race until they were with me in Dunaway yesterday. Just watching people hear those cars for the first time and see the spectacle is actually pretty fun. If you've never gone, do it.
Yeah, there's a good time out there, and we congratulate all the Talladega Super Speedway folks for putting on another good show, and glad the weather worked out every day for racing this weekend. All right, that's the show today. Don't forget the Meltdown goes at 2 a.m. Central today on the platform. Like and subscribe there. Taylor's already getting submissions for another mailbag of Uncorked. You can get that also on our platform. Like and subscribe, all that. Like and subscribe us. Give us a thumbs up as well. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.